Okay. Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for checking out the video. In this one here, I did go after the Speed Demon and the Minimalist challenge to get the trophies and basically get enough completion points in order to unlock infinite ammo. That was my goal. So this is my third playthrough in the game, and my general MO with games is pretty much first time I will play on assisted, and that'll kind of like allow me just to kind of like go through the map, look at all the puzzles, you know, things of that nature, right? So my first playthrough took me about 16 hours, like not knowing where anything is. Second playthrough, what I usually do is I play on standard. That'll give the, you know, zombies a little bit more beefiness, and just kind of like, you know, you'll learn zombie placement. And I mean, some of it's common sense, obviously, right? So if you're coming up to an area and obviously you get loaded up on ammunition, like right away, you know, you're starting to get grenades and handgun ammo and shotgun ammo and like premium ammo and everything like that, then, you know, so some shit's about to go down, you know? So, but yeah, but I just like to learn the layout. So this is actually my third playthrough right here. And I really, I'm not so much of a fan of like running and completing games like you know, like hardcore, like this, right? Because this takes a lot of time to do, and it's just hectic. Like, I can't stress enough that if you are doing this run through where you're trying to beat the game in less than 4 hours, if you start getting to a point where you feel like overwhelmed, or you get into like kind of like an oh shit moment or anything like that, you know, and then you're finally just kind of like sitting in your calm, just pause the game, walk away for a little bit, take a break, get a drink of water, do something, you know, go out and get some fresh air, think about it, you know, come back with a clear head. There was one point in this game, probably about halfway through this, where I just kind of like decided, you know what, I'm going to step away here and I'm going to go take a shower. Because all in all, this took me about, I'm going to say about a good, like, 10 hours? Yeah, it's got to be about 10 or 11 hours. I started playing at about 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I kept on playing until about 1 o'clock at night. And so, yeah, so it took quite a bit. Anyway, over here, you're going to want to get these wire cutters from this pool table, right? Before you head up to this door. This is going to save you some time right there, because when you walk up to the door, it'll just cue you that, you know, hey, you need a tool to get in here. So cut these wire ties with the wire cutters, and then you're just going to head up to room 204. Not much really going on in this chapter. A little bit of walking around, kind of like the tutorial kind of stuff that you'd expect, but that's one thing that you don't want to miss, is those wire cutters. Follow Alyssa at this point.
Mom, wait. Grace.
You can't really do anything here. You're gonna run for a little bit. It's gonna go into a cutscene. Then you're gonna run for a little bit more. It's gonna go into a cutscene. Then it's gonna go into another cutscene. And yeah, you know, the initial part of this game is very cutscene heavy. But this is one of those games that like really kind of like grows on you. Like for me, I really didn't. I was very confused my first playthrough. You know, my next playthrough, once I had the story down and everything like that, I kind of like, you know, was doing a lot better. So we are about to get out of here. So we're going to go downstairs at this point, and we're going to find the bellboy cart, the luggage cart, and we're going to look behind the painting and find a file. So just make your way downstairs here. This part's very much slow burn. Kind of like this regular Resident Evil introduction that you'd expect. Not much to do, but walk. So once you get downstairs, you're going to move this thing out of the way. It's going to trigger a little bit of a cutscene again. Open up that pouch. You're going to examine this twice, right? Because you're going to open up this book here. It's going to give you the basic gist of what Alyssa had going on. Then you're going to find this disc. You want to keep this disc on you, obviously. This is going to trigger this cutscene with this police officer. Yeah, once you're gonna grab the poker, and this is just kind of like, I don't know that you can actually die here. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but just gonna book it right upstairs. Quick left, another quick left, and where that light is right there, that's where the exit door is. Grace trips a lot. After that, it's just a really long cutscene to, you know, until you get to Leon. And now we're gonna do Leon's section, and we're gonna breeze through this real quickly also. So just kind of like stun her so that way she doesn't grab you. Run to the car that's past this this dump truck. Leon's gonna jump on the hood no matter what. You can grab this training module over here if you got that.
Thanks for all the excitement.
You just kind of like run underneath the scaffolding here. Once you get to where the zombies are being attacked, you can start making your way out towards like the middle of the street and just kind of like shuck and jive until you miss all these guys. And then this white caddy right over here, you're going to jump over the hood. He ended up grabbing me. I thought he was going to bite me, but I was able to shake him off just because I got there in time. And then the next thing you know, that's pretty much over with, and you're here at Rhodes Hill inside the hospital. So when we get to where this red lit area is, you're going to want to run down this hallway. You can go ahead and flip this light switch on here. Okay, it's going to give you a better idea of where you're going. So we're running towards that horse, and then we're going to make a left. Once we get to that hallway, then at the end of this hallway on the left-hand side, there's a little table with a drawer in it. We're gonna get the cherub key in there. Okay, turn around, and then once you get to the horsey statue, you're gonna make a quick right and then a quick left right there to room 201. This is the one that actually requires the cherub key, right? This is also where you're going to find the lighter. It's going to come in very handy for seeing in the dark, as Grace does not have a flashlight right now. This obviously spawns in the girl as well, so this is the initial portion of the game where things get kind of tense and exciting. I have yet to play this in first-person view too, so I've played this on third person each time that I've played through it. So make a right over here at the end of the hallway, and we're going to make a right through this door again. This is going to trigger a little bit, it's going to trigger a cutscene again. It's a scripted scene. So you're just going to want to turn around and run back to the room that you were initially in. Whenever it's like cutscene time, you'll see that Grace like runs like double time. You know what I mean? Like, that's when she starts like just slipping and tumbling. But the girl will walk in here. The light will burn her, and then she'll crawl up to the ceiling. At that point, you can just continue to go, because we're going to go back to the same spot where we were at, because we're going to find a screwdriver there. A screwdriver is going to be needed to unscrew a panel in the cherub room. And Grace makes a lot of noise here, so I don't think that there's a slow way that you can actually move this cart where she doesn't knock anything over there. It's just, yeah. I end up putting the cart a little bit too far away, and it's not prompting me to like jump up on it, right? I still got to go back, and I got to hold it, and I got to get it a little bit closer so I can actually get up there. So you don't have to worry about too much here. If you end up getting bit, don't worry about it. Flip this over a little bit, examine, grab the screwdriver.
Yes.
And then when you hop down, just kind of like crouch. You can turn on your lighter if you want. I don't know why I haven't yet. The girl, she can't see you. And if you're crouching, then you're not like making any noise, so she's not gonna reach under the table and grab you at this point. So just kind of like wait for her to pass off to the left, and when she does, just run behind her and go through the door. I still have no idea why. There you go. I finally turned it on. You could do that like way before, and then when you make it to the left down this hallway, there's going to be a scripted event that happens. So you can do one of two things. You can run back to the room and get rid of her again, or you could just take a little bit of damage. I decided to take a little bit of damage just to run through her. I kind of figured, you know, since we're on a time crunch and we're trying to get this done like ASAP, then I'll just take the damage there, and I'll go get the fuse, and I'll just get out of here, right? So use the screwdriver to unlock this, grab the fuse, and we're gonna take it back to that area where the horse statue is at. Make a left, and right over there you can see, I mean, there's a circle, you know, kind of like telling you where to put the fuse, right? And that'll trigger Leon's secondary, kind of like secondary, what is it, action sequence.
It's all very cutting edge.
This game's pretty good at mixing up the action and the suspense. And there's some parts in here that are just so psychologically just fucked. It's just kind of like, oh, like, man, it is crazy. They really did a good job on this one. So, yes, you do have to kill everybody here. Watch out for that chainsaw. Chainsaw's probably going to hit me a couple of times because it starts spinning out of control once whoever has it drops it. And all the zombies will all go for the chainsaw if you just leave it there, you know what I mean? So if you get a chance, do pick it up and use it against them. But again, it's just kind of like one of those things where I'm gonna choose your battle. See, he just walked right by me because he's going after the chainsaw. Yeah, there you go. See, it got me in the foot right there. Oh, he's still holding onto it. Yeah, so it actually drags them, which is kind of like a little bit of a cool mechanic. See, and again, he wasn't even paying attention to me. He's just going for that chainsaw. So, like, literally everybody will go after that thing. There you go. Finally, my turn to get it. So I kind of go around this way, and I just kind of like go through the boxes here because I don't have the infinite ammo thing yet, so I am collecting ammunition. I'm going to slice through these guys. Eventually, a chainsaw is going to get stuck in somebody like that. You'll lose it. It'll go crazy on the floor. And see, he was going for the chainsaw, but I picked it up, and then he just ended up biting me, like, on the frickin' shoulder, so. I do believe he was the last one. Yeah. Let's jump well. There you go. Go ahead and just pop that open. Head off to the right. When you open this door, Leon's going to start talking to Sherry here in a second to get a
that bastard did it again.
To get a layout.
How are things on your end?
I just hacked into the center's network.
Good, good. Can you find me the floor plan?
I'll see what I can do.
Well, in the meantime, I'll try to track him down.
Keep me posted.
Will do.
And that's where we're at. Then once we make this turn here, it'll pretty much trigger that whole sequence of events where Leon gives Grace the Requiem, which is still like, I mean, I'm glad that she got it, but you know, he could have like thrown a 9mm her way or something like that. You know, she's a tiny woman. I do like to go down into the save area after all that melee, because this is probably, jeez, I want to say that this is probably good, like, if you're watching the cutscenes and everything, and then you're probably like 40, 45, 50 minutes, maybe an hour like into the game, so like to hold on to the coins. You're just going to run down to this area here and grab this West Wing key card. You will interact with Emily there for a brief minute or two, and then just save. There's one of the cooler things is on this playthrough, you know, you have 4 hours to complete the game. You don't have you know, a limited amount of saves, so you can save as many times as you like, and I recommend that you do. Because if you end up thinking that, you know, you made a bit of a mistake or you could have done a portion better, then, you know, you could always just go back and do that. So run down this hallway over here, get into the kitchen. When you get in the kitchen, just start crouching a little bit. And you could just kind of like pay attention to the chef. Like, I've shot him before with the Requiem, and it's not done anything, right? But he'll say next is right there, and then he'll start turning around. Once he does turn around, then you could just kind of like go up to this cart over here, and you could just start pushing it. He's turned around the other way. He's facing a wall, so he can't see you, and apparently he can't hear you either. But you can adjust your camera angle like so to kind of like see where you have a gap in between the carts, and then you can just run through here. Now, it's going to be dark in here because the butler is running around turning all the lights off. So you can go ahead and grab this, you know, it's basically the shiv right here off of the table, right? Yes, when you start turning on the lights, that's going to alert the butler to kind of like, I got to turn the lights off. I got to turn the lights off. But you could kind of like hide behind this corner. Now, for me, what happened is I ended up getting out of this corner a little bit too quick, and he did grab me and bite me on the shoulder, I think. But if you let him get closer to the actual switch, then he's going to be nothing to worry about, like, immediately. You know. At this point, we don't have a gun or anything. We just have the knife, right? So we're gonna find the initial gun in a second. It's gonna have absolutely no bullets. You see what I mean? So. So one thing that I should say is that if you are doing this run, then I suggest that you do this on assisted, because the damage inflicted between assisted and standard is just dramatic. So this is the initial pistol that you're going to get, and don't make my mistake and just start reloading this thing every single time, but fall through this window here, you're going to find like 2 bullets here is what it is. Yep, 2 bullets. And you're going to get another knife. Vault over that. Load up your initial 2 bullets. You don't even really have to load this gun if you don't want to, because we're going to be heading, actually, yeah, you do have to load it up, so. I was going to say, we're heading towards the parlor, and in the parlor is where we're going to find Grace's gun, but shoot him in the leg just to get past him. Ammo's going to be very limited because we're not crafting any blood also, right? So just as sparingly as you can use the gun, then do that. And this is what I'm talking about, see, because this is why I really didn't want to load it, but yeah, it's like 1 or 2 bullets is necessary. You can grab this antique coin over here on the piano. Run off to the side over here. This is a cabinet that Leon's going to break into later on, and then you got some more handgun ammo off to the left here. I think there's an herb in the corner. Yeah, there's one right over here. So just grab that. I don't do the no healing runs until I actually have the unlimited ammo, because that just makes it so much easier. This one is Moon, Sun, Star, Moon, Sun, Star, Moon. Okay, so just press those in that order. That way you don't have to grab the grab the pencil. You don't have to go back to the piece of paper there and scribble everything. I'll do like a full walkthrough like in a few days. Like this honestly was these videos take a lot of time to make. First of all, playing through it, you know, kind of like it's just whenever you have to restart and everything like that, doing the voiceover on this, you know, then kind of like making sure that everything's kosher, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so these take like a long time to make. So I appreciate you being here and checking the video out. If you'd be so kind, I would appreciate if you leave a thumbs up on it. If you are so inclined, if you like walkthroughs like this, then subscribe to the channel. Break the space over here. There should be some handgun ammo there. I have noticed that sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. So ammo drops are kind of random. I ran by that herb by accident there. So yeah, but see right over here, this is Grace's gun, the one that she walked in with initially. Do the save for this code here, which should be 108030. I'm gonna get 3 antique coins in here that you can use in the parlor. These guys snuck up on me. I was like, what the heck? Okay, but I managed to get him in the leg, push him out of the way. Watch out for that dude, because he's carrying a wine bottle that he will throw at you. You don't have to fight her if you don't want to. She'll scream at you like that. You're fine. If you want to fight her for an antique coin, then go ahead. But I mean, it's just something that's not completely necessary. Just again, stun him in the leg, and this is what I kept on doing, is I kept on reloading this weapon here, even though I didn't really want to use it anymore. But the antique coin right over here by the lamp. Stun him. He has a hunter knife on him. If you want to grab that, then you're more than welcome to, but it's not something that's necessary again right now. As you can see, we're out of space. So yeah, so we are going to leave that there. I don't remember if I end up picking that up or not. I highly doubt it, because yeah, we don't do a ton of backtracking in this playthrough. I did go the wrong way here though. Yep. And so turning around, going back to the other end of the hallway. Yeah, this gets real confusing in the dark. But find this door here so you can unlock it. Then when you pop out of here, you could just kind of like go through this hallway here and then off to the left. Off to the left. Oh no, actually I'm going to the parlor first, because I forgot that, yeah, we picked up this this jewel here to put in this door. So now what you can do is antique coin here. Go up to this other safe. This one should be 60, 40, 80. I want to say. No, there's not a safe in here. I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else. The next safe that we're encounter isn't going to be until the transplant room. But go ahead and use 3 coins over here to grab an extra pouch. Yeah, because we got the parlor safe and then the transplant room safe that's out over there. Okay. And then I did the steroids. I figured I would increase my max health, but I mean, stabilizer overall I think right now would be the better choice, just because you're not running into too many people that are just going to damage you like crazily. The chef's walking around, yeah, but you can take a hit and you're going to be fine. You can find a green herb, but you know, I mean, it's just, yeah, I think that what I should have done is just use the stabilizer first. That increases the firepower for the weapons. And right now I hear the chef grunting out somewhere, right? So I'm just kind of like looking for him, make sure I save, make it. I do see him at the end of the hallway over there, but he's walking the other direction, so we can now bust through these double doors here. Go back into our save room and do some inventory control. But before we do that, we could also just run up here and put in the first quartz that we found. So we got the moon quartz in.
Perfect fit. Yes, I need 2 more.
Then we could also use the key card on the east zone right over here. That'll free up some space also. And then after sections like this, I do like going back and saving. So, like I said, save a lot, because overall I was happy with the way that went. I didn't really find a need to kind of like do that one over, you know. If I had ended up taking like a crap ton of damage, and everything was just kind of like going bad, then yeah, I would have started all that all over again. But kind of like I was debating on taking the Requiem or not. I didn't really remember when Chunk was gonna appear. He does appear rather quickly. Oh, and there's actually I'm gonna get a trophy here also, but I don't know if it's like right now or if it's gonna be a little bit later down the line, because like this safe right here is the one that I was talking about. So this one is 30. I always like turn this thing the wrong way. So it's 30, 10, and then 50. Then you got more antique coins right over here. So with these guys, you don't even have to do anything with them. You could just off to the left and just avoid them completely for the time being. Make a right down this hallway. Past that butler right over there. He's doing the same thing as the other one. He's trying to turn the lights off. You can grab that scrap there. If you get 2 pieces of scrap, you can end up crafting a knife. I just kind of kick him out of the way just because he gave me some trouble before. So we're going to find this corridor here. This is where you want to pull out the Requiem, okay? And you want to get them to all kind of like line up like 3 in a row. Boom. Trophy incoming. Bang for your buck. Defeat at least 3 enemies with a single Requiem shot. So that's how you get that trophy. So if you're out trophy hunting, then that's the easiest spot that I've found that you can get it, because you don't really have anybody like kind of like on your ass, like everything isn't hectic just yet. And that one doctor that had that hacksaw, is you want him out of the picture anyway. He's one of those that just follows you around. Like you can shoot him like 20 times and he'll still end up in like different rooms, right? So interact with the map just so that way you know where you're going if you need to check the map. Okay, there's a stand-up vase over here. You can bust that to grab some more scrap if you want to. And then, like I said, it's right here. You could craft a knife if you like. Nothing really over there. Go ahead and save your progress here. Like I said, I save all the time since we're like not limited to how many saves we can have. This gives me a good idea of like, you know, take a look at the inventory, make a plan, then just kind of like return to the game. Yeah. As soon as you grab that bracelet, Chunk is going to spawn, but he's one of those stalkers that you really don't have to pay too much attention to. Now since he spawned and we're going to go through this hallway here, it's just kind of like you want to stay quiet a little bit because we get the debug. This is one of the bigger, the tougher, I should say. Yeah, that one right there that just yelled "keep it down." He's one of the tougher enemies in the game. Like he swings around his IV bag on that pole. And there's another achievement that you get where, like, if you throw the bottle, like, at the maid, for example, like, he'll go and attack her, and then you'll get an achievement for that. It's but now she's out here for whatever reason, and now I'm like super glad I had that knife. She was over there before cleaning that up, and then once I killed all the other people, then she ended up going out into the hallway and started cleaning up the mess that I created over there. So yeah, just don't waste too much ammo. Just kind of like, you know, hit and stun and just push out of your way. could run through this hallway here and make some space in your inventory if you like. I end up going back this way, which you don't have to go back this way right now. I ended up going back this way because I wanted to get the stabilizer now. I kind of thought that my gun wasn't like powerful enough, so I was just like, okay, I got the coins for it now. Let me get the stabilizer. You can do this later, depending on which one you choose, but you're gonna be heading down this way to go down into the garage, and you have to take out Chef for the pantry key anyway. So it's just one of those things. It's, you know, you can grab it later. And the zombie that lost his hand is now awake, and he grabs me in a second because I'm paying attention to the chef, and he's walking up towards me. So like I heard him, I just didn't like see him, and I was more concerned with the chef actually hitting me with that big ass cleaver that he's got, right? So back down the hallway, out we go. Like I said, I think that may have just been kind of like maybe a waste of a minute, honestly. So, because we could have just ran in here, done some inventory control, ran back to the other room where we're supposed to be. I don't know why I didn't reload the Requiem shot. Did I just not realize that I have it? What the hell? Yeah, so save again. I decided that it was good enough that I didn't want to like do that all over again, like that whole 3-4 minute segment right there, right? Make your way back over here into that level 1 kind of like storage closet that we had. Yeah, see, even if you're running through here, he'll be like, shut up, you're making too much noise. So if you want to take care of the maid and that dude out, like if you want to take them out right now, you can, because eventually when you grab Emily, you're going to need to get rid of them either way. But I just decided to like leave it for a little bit later when I have a little bit more ammo, right? More ammo over here. I think this one's empty, and I think there's scrap in the last one over here. Yeah. So I just end up leaving that alone. Just bypass the blood, and now we're kind of like rolling into here. This can get a little hectic, but go ahead and I just ran right past an antique coin. But I think I was leaving the coins at this point because I wasn't going back to grab the manual. Her screams really don't do anything, so don't worry about that. Just kind of like stun her, push her out of the way. Go over here and grab the corrosive. That's the biggest reason that we're in here. The tracking module is for Leon. And these guys right over here, you want to like... She got me with that syringe. It's like, what the hell, dude? Yeah. Yeah, but that's pretty much about it. Like, you may do it a lot better than I did. You may get out of there without, like, actually taking any damage whatsoever. That's fine. It's fine if you take a little bit of damage. It's fine if you don't, honestly. So I end up checking this back area here to see if there's an herb there or not. This one we're going to, it's going to get into a cutscene, and then you could just roll right past it. If you want to watch the cutscenes, you can. They don't count against your time.
What the fuck does he mean, destiny?
So we're going to go up to this machine here. You're going to use the corrosive on the lock. Okay, and then this one is star, sun, moon, sun. So you'll go star, sun, moon, sun. And this is actually going to give you two things. It's going to give you a quartz. So you're going to get the sun quartz here, and you're also going to get this notebook here. And this one actually has instructions on how to open the organ transplant cooler. There you go. Is what I'm looking for. So it's a really simple puzzle. You'll see it when we get to it. Like, it's not something that you can figure out. I mean, eventually, I think if you tried all the different combinations, you'd be able to figure it out on your own. But yeah, it's just better to have the instructions for it, just because there is a specific way of putting everything in. I was satisfied with that, even though I got hit. So, you know, yeah, just decided to save. And I just discard that because it takes up space. And like I said, I already know the solution to it. Plus, not only that, but once you read those instructions, then that stays in your files no matter what. This is pretty much all Roads is just like a lot of running back and forth. You know, you'll find a clue on this side, you'll have to go onto this side to get it, and so on and so forth. I am sure that there are some speed runners out there that have figured out, like, I'm going to get this, and then I'm going to go over here and get this, right? Yeah, but it's one of these things now where we, I'm like, nope, don't want to deal with you, buddy. Yeah, now I'm just after Chef, and I'm just like, oh, crap. I'm like, I left the Requiem inside the box. But I mean, it's like 5 seconds away, right? So that's okay. We're just gonna go. I'll tell you, there's no time for that, because until the music calms down and you're not in an action sequence, then that's what it's gonna tell you, is there's no time for that right now. But go ahead and equip the shot into the Requiem. Chef is gonna take one shot from the Requiem and I think like 3 more shots from the regular gun. He's moved down the hallway over here. Try as much as you can to get a headshot on him. Okay, switch over to your regular pistol. Okay, so it's about 4 or 5 shots there. If you can, get focused shots, right, where the reticle closes all the way, and you just have that dot at that point. So it basically just looks like, you know, just looks like a cross, a plus sign. But I mean, if you can't, like I said, we've been using ammo so sparingly, and we end up with a ton of ammo where Grace is concerned. Leon's the one where you need to worry more about ammo conservation, because he gets into a lot of action, you know, a lot of action on his parts. So we're not doing any of the blood analyzation or anything like that, so you don't even have to pick those things up. It's just a waste of time. Just saying. Save right there. Now you can head down into the garage. This is, again, just a really quick portion. There was 2 boxes that you may have seen over there, so we're just going to grab this organ transplant box. We're going to grab the box in the back. I don't know why Grace just decided to vault over that thing. But yeah, but here's what it is. So you turn it to the back, you take off this panel, you turn this to hand, you move this slider up halfway, then you pop down the number 5, the number 2, and then you turn this thing on auto. And then that'll pop open the artificial lungs. Run over this box here. Should be ammo here. And then when you start running back, the excavator is going to start driving through here. So just
What the fuck?
takes 2 shots for that one. 1 to bust the glass and 1 to take out the dude driving it. He's going to get a little bit further, and then you're going to see this thing start to struggle. Now it's on fire, and then there's going to be an explosion. At that point, you can start to move forward.
Give me a fucking break.
It's pretty much all done for right there.
Oh, fuck.
So now you can head into this garage here and pop a left over here, grab these other 2 boxes, and there should be handgun ammo in both of those. So 6 shots, and like I said, yeah, we end up with a lot of leftover handgun ammo for Grace. So, well, it's not like a ton, but you know, but it's kind of like a lot for the game. Go ahead, save your progress. If you were happy with what you did, save your progress. I'm telling you. Yeah, again, and you've probably heard it before in different walkthroughs. If you die, quit to the main menu. I forgot that I ran past him like that. He didn't even grab me. But just be mindful that he is walking around. Get some more Requiem ammo over here. 1 bullet at a time for the Requiem. So now I hear him like, yeah, but he's walking away, so I'm just like, okay, you live. Now I'm looking at how far I actually have to go to get to the cold storage. That's where you end up going to using the wrenches in the cold storage. But again, use ammo sparingly. You don't need a ton of it. Well, Grace doesn't need a ton of it. Before you get to the cold storage, though, just go ahead and pop it here, and there's going to be another hip pouch in here with some more ammo. So go ahead and grab that so you can carry more stuff now. I end up forgetting one later on when we're underground. I'll show you where it is, but I was in, yeah, I was in a hurry. I was thinking like, okay, I need to kind of get out of here. You want to, okay, so shock him, right? Take down this lever because it is going to break, and then turn around, okay, and just shoot him again, so that way you can put the wrench in here, because if you take that thing down and then you try to use the wrench and he's close enough to you, he will actually disturb you. Like the zombies here can actually disturb you in the middle of puzzles. This is where you get the artificial heart. Go up to these boxes here, go ahead and grab the stuff that's in there, loot all of it, the handgun ammo. I've been like really lucky with like because there's supposed to be like random loot drops. Oh, now yeah. Once you grab the heart, that's when you start spawning in the blister heads. So this is kind of like why I don't want to kill too many of these people either. Is because then the next thing you know is you have, 401 random blister heads just kind of like running around here. In either case, we are very close to our Emily section. So we're going to go into our safe room here. Save. I was very happy with the way that went. Plus we got away from the blister head, no damage. And now I'm just kind of like looking. Do I need to put anything away? Nope. Everything looks good. I guess not. I thought that I was going to take everything with me. I think I might be taking something else. I'm taking the Requiem. Okay. Oh, I might be doing that just to reload the bullet. No, I'm taking it with me. Oh, you know why? Because I think, yeah, I guess my general thought process was that I'm going to take out Chunk also. I don't know that's what ends up happening or not, but I'm just like looking now. It's kind of like, okay, examination room. So quick left here, then a quick right through the door over here. This is where you are going to place. Oh no, actually, you know what? I brought the Requiem for him. So the lungs going first, just BTW. So you don't have to, you don't have like that 3 seconds wasted right there. So just kind of like back away from him because he's one of the guys that's a little bit quicker. Stun the doctor over here. No, I guess I did bring the Requiem for Chunk. gonna grab the level 2 wristband off that guy there. Okay, so right now I'm gonna try to run back to the nurse's station, I believe, to get the second Requiem bullet that we had found there. Yeah, and see, and I got a little confused because we've been leaving so much stuff behind. Oh, and I ran like head on into Chunk here too. Kind of reminds me of Jabba the Hutt now that I see his face up close like that. This guy, I don't blame him either. He's like, God damn it, everybody with this noise, what the hell? I'd be pissed too, buddy. I'd be pissed too. Large guy running around screaming, some thin chick over here just popping bullets up all over the place. And see, and I got like backtracked and just kind of like, it's easy to lose your bearings in this game. It really is. Everything's just, it's dark, and see, so yeah, so see, no need to get that or that. I mean, there's the empty injector. There was no need to even grab that. There's like nothing in here of value. The scrap, maybe, like I said, if you want to. Yeah, if you want to craft knives, then yeah, the scrap is ultimately good to collect. But I mean, if you're not going to craft knives, then just don't worry about it, because we're not collecting blood, so we can't really craft anything. So we don't need to use the blood analyzer. We don't need... I don't know why the hell I'm not using the flashlight. I was gonna say, it's about time. So that's what I was gonna try to do. Okay, so I was gonna try to shoot him once with the Requiem bullet, and then kind of like get around him somehow. And he used the hemolytic injector, and that turned out super well for me, didn't it? There you go. See, now I use the injector, so.
What the fuck?
Okay, so that takes care of Chunk. Now we get into the isolation ward. There's going to be, so we're going to pop into the security director's office in a second here, and then there's going to be like 4 guys that spawn, and we do need to take them out. Okay, so green herb off to the left there. I was going to say, just in case I missed it. I notice it now that I'm actually watching the video, right? This one, there is a clue for it in that right over here, but I mean, you don't really need it because, you know, Emily does this thing for you anyway. So
This must be it.
I don't know if you actually need to take a look at that to trigger this, because once you see the braille on here, then you decide that you're going to get, you decided that you're going to get Emily. Emily can, Emily can read it. You're going to get the level 3 access thing just to get her out. And now you can hear the guys. They've spawned, and they're going to start walking towards the waiting room. And you're going to have the guys that were there before, so that's why I was saying if you want it. Oh, Chunk is still not dead. I thought that injector took care of him, so... Wow, I wonder what it does take to bring him down. So these guys right here. I was yeah, that dude has a knife on him. I'm like, I was swiping away with that thing. What the hell, dude? Yeah, but I grabbed the hunting knife off it. I should have, you know. This is why I don't like these rush runs, because then you kind of like get yourself into a pickle. Like, the easier thing to do would be they're walking out to that to that room where the red light is out at anyway, right? So you can actually just lure them out there and then just take care of them in a nice, like, wide open spot. Now we're in this tight corridor trying to do everything because we're in a rush, because we're trying to beat the game in, you know, under 4 hours. And there's a lot to do. There is a lot to do. Now is that moment where it's time to get rid of these guys. You can discard that right away. I don't know if you can use it if you don't have the blood collector module, but just in case you can, if you're doing that, because that's the one that actually gives you more CP in this run. You know, Speed Demon only gives you 20,000. The I wasn't like super happy with that, but I saved anyway. In either case, CP. So Speed Demon gives you 20,000. The Minimalist gives you 35. So that's more important.
There's some buttons with braille on them. Can you read them?
Yeah.
And then,
just basically a quick tutorial. If you get into a jam, you could return there and you could place Emily on the sofa and just go back and like kind of like take care of business. But we've taken care of business for the most part over here. So doing pretty well. How far are we? Because I'm not even looking at the timer. Okay, so we're like 53 minutes. So I kind of like broke this down into different sections. I said like if we could basically get done with Grace's portion in an hour 20, get done with Leon's portion in an hour 20, then that still leaves us an hour 20 to do the arc. He turned into a blisterhead. Nothing you can really do about that. Just run with Emily and just drop her off, because this is something that you have to do. Is you have to fight these guys off. So again, yeah, this is a stand your ground kind of situation. You'll hear people snarling from multiple directions, but yeah, just take care of them like one by one. One of them will turn into a blisterhead, and that'll happen just shortly before Emily actually like completes the puzzle. I'm still like, for the life of me, I can't figure out like why I'm doing all this without my flashlight. It's kind of like, did I fucking forget that I just had it, or what? I don't know. In either case, these guys aren't that tough. Right, like, on this assisted playthrough, they're not that tough, right? If you do standard classic... Yeah, if you do standard classic, then they are just... They're very tanky, but not only the fact that they're very tanky, you can hear them turning into a blisterhead. You take so much more damage when you do that route of the game. Easy enough to take care of. Now Emily will call you over in a second that she's done. And we're going to move on to... We're going to move on to Leon. Running through the hospital. She should have said it by now. There you go. Yeah, I thought I was going to start running around looking for more people. But yeah, but it's more or less a timed event. So
Glad that FBI agent got away.
FBI?
Yeah. Grace Ashcroft. Victor kidnapped her.
What?
Here we are back with Leon. And if you've played the game through already once, then these boxes are available to you right away. And secondly, if you've picked up that MSBG shotgun on your first playthrough, then you're not going to have it on this second playthrough, okay? Because you've more likely than not ended up selling it, and so you'll have to get a shotgun because you're gonna have to deal with a chunk 2.0 over here.
I don't know. But I intend to find out.
So get your shotgun, increase the firepower if you can. Right now I'm looking for the drawer that's tipped over because that's the way that we get out. But I realized that it should be over here. Through this door, grab the green herb, and then this one that's tipped over onto its side right over here. That's the one that you're going to want to pick up. Squeeze through that, go down this corridor. This one's relatively easy. And I used the heal there by accident just because I hit R1.
Felt that one, huh?
So once you stun him and he drops down like that, it'll prop you. It'll prompt. There you go. It'll prompt you to use the to use your hatchet on him. So he'll kind of like bust through here. Just run around this section here. Give him a shot if you can. If not, then just keep running. I should have kept running, honestly, because like once you get here, like he really can't crawl through this door, so you could just kind of like take care of business from this end here, because he'll stick his head in and he's trying to like push his way through and just keep on shooting at him. That'll be that. Once he starts gushing blood like that, then the fight's done and over with. He just takes like a second to deflate. Then he'll explode and he'll uncover this grenade over here. You can check this other wall too to see if he busted through that, so you can grab the additional shotgun shells. Yeah, like I said, with Leon, ammo becomes more scarce than with Grace, so try to conserve as much as you can. Obviously, you can't go through the game just not using ammo, but you know, we're gonna go to a part in Raccoon City. I'll show you how to bypass a lot of stuff. You don't need to open that. There's a little muzzle in there. There's a lot of stuff, Even as I'm watching this, there's a lot of stuff that I could have just skipped with Grace, honestly. You know, going back for additional scrap, or just, you know, just looking for stuff to combine was a bit of a waste of time. We're not collecting the blood, so that's all that it is. Secondarily, there is another challenge where you have to collect, you know, more blood as you go through the game. I think it's called like Bloodlust or something like that, and that one actually pays like, I think like 10,000 completion points or something like that. So that one's good.
This place is infested.
Yep.
His office should be upstairs.
Decided to go for the easy kill there. Up the stairs and shoot this guy with this thing. You definitely don't want him throwing that at you. Pick up handgun ammo here. Once you enter here, there's like a 2-stage fight with blister heads.
What a fucking shame.
So we're just about an hour and 2 minutes into the video right now. So you can hear them spawning.
One thing after. Oh.
Get in the office here whenever you can. There's that painting right behind the chair over there is what you need to interact with. So interact with that and just pull down that lever. That'll spawn in the rest of the guys that you need to take care of. So.
Every single time.
I'm glad Leon's all calm about it. One more guy right over here, you can turn around and you can like... He was carrying an axe, so you can actually throw that. I thought that was a very cool mechanic that they added to this game, was that basically weapons that are just like lying around, you can pick them up and use them. That's my cardio for the week. I think there's one more that I need to take care of. There he goes. Oh, there you go. That's my cardio for the week.
Well, that's my cardio for the week.
Yeah. Then finally this this gate will open like rather quickly once you're done with that. So it wasn't broken after all. This will trigger a cutscene, and then we're going to be back into the underground with Grace. There you go. Now we're rescuing Emily. So, once you get your bearings here, you'll see some little chains hanging and everything like that. Make your way down that way. Your way over to the left over here towards that red light, and we're gonna have a save room coming up very shortly here. that door that's open right there with the lights on, obviously. So go ahead and save.
Where's that?
Do some quick inventory management, if any. So we don't need to do any inventory management. Go ahead and bust out of here. Make it right by this furnace. And when you get down here, you gotta make another right and go all the way towards the end of the hallway. Well, there you go. Remove this joint plug, interact with the map.
You can do this.
Okay, so that way it'll mark all the spots where you need to go. So the girl spawns here, and generally you should be able to crouch and just let her walk away from you. I don't think that's what ended up happening to me. I have bad luck with like stuff that's supposed to happen and stuff that actually does happen. She's supposed to walk away and just leave you alone, but not me. I find it pretty comedic. So this is gonna be the best spot to use the joint plug at first. This way you could just kind of like crawl through this area. Just keep on making lefts, and if you make a left, there's a knife down here at the end. You can go ahead and pick that up if you want to. Just leave it alone if you don't. There's nothing else there. Run into this little office here. There's some files to read. Another piece of scrap, and then the combination for the safe is, what is it, 50, 60, 80, I think? $60, $40, $80. There you go. That does have some extra ammo in it. Nice if I could have remembered that right off the bat, but...
That's two.
Yeah. We're doing this kind of the quicker way. Because there's another way of doing it where you actually go back to where you are heading, like right now, and then this grate is actually locked up, but then you have to bring the wrench in here to crawl into the other room, and it's just kind of senseless. So it's better off going into that. I think it's the boiler room first. So then you could just jump out of here with the one joint plug, and you could just head back that way. There's some zombies spot now, so just be careful with them. Just, again, just kind of like push them out of the way. Go ahead and grab this one. Actually, leave this one on for a bit, because the girl is stalking you, but she won't come in here if the light's going on. So she'll burn herself and retreat. And now I'm just like, I'm out of room, so what the hell do I do? So I just decided to heal myself, and so she starts leaving. Go ahead and grab that. So I went down the wrong corridor there, because you should actually make a right and then a left. Right. And then you can pop back into the save room, do some inventory management if needed. Because there will be one more joint plug to collect. I saw the Requiem bullet at the last second, decided, yeah, let me put that away. This next room that I go into, you really don't have to go in here at all. As a matter of fact, you really don't have to collect the lockpicks. You could just leave the lockpicks alone. Because all they do is they open up lockers that have like rare metal in them, and the rare metal is what you use to craft the Requiem ammo with. But again, we're not doing any of the blood collection, right? So there you go. So I just ended up leaving it, and then there's some scrap, and I'm just like, okay, so this was absolutely pointless coming in here. So yeah, so just, you don't even need to stop here. You could It's like another 2 minutes saved for you right there. You'll take that plug and just kind of like go to the end here, make a left. It's just going to be basically just busting the UE. So you're going to come over here, you're going to use the joint plug. So move this box out of the way. And then when you crawl through here, you'll just immediately go off to the right. Go ahead and grab that green herb there. Use it if you need it. Go ahead and grab this stuff out of here. So that's the square wrench that we needed there. So when you're walking back this way, obviously the girl is going to spawn again, and I think I may have messed this one up too. Well, we'll see in a second. I may have messed it up, or I may have done it right. But she's gonna feast on this guy, so you could just kind of like chill here, because she's blocking the exit. So let's just be able to bide yourself a little bit of time. So then she'll turn around and just crawl really slowly. Oh, but yeah, she got far away enough from me there. Then we're just going to crawl right back through here. Grab this plug, and then we're off to kind of like the treatment facility spot. It's kind of like, yeah, ran the wrong way, made it into the elevator. That'll be later, Grace. Yeah, this is the thing. See, I had to end up looking at the map. I'm like, where the hell am I? So she'll take you by surprise there. Now I'm trying to crawl. Like, try to, because she's stalking you right now, so just try to get this open and try to get the plugs in as quick as possible. It's going to turn the lights on, and it's going to, you know, basically get her off your ass. Yeah, 'cause it really sounded like she was like right there. Crawl through the fan here, otherwise, I mean, it's not like you're gonna fall through and you're gonna die. It's just gonna trigger like this little quick time event where the grates bust below, you know, underneath your feet. So just crawl through there. And so this is from the beginning of the video. This is where I made a huge mistake, is I ended up leaving the forklift key here, or I just didn't use it at all. So climb up this ladder. I forget which one it was. If I didn't use it at all, or if I just forgot it.
The smell.
Yeah, because the forklift key is right next to that dude right there. Yeah, and see, and I didn't even bother to use it. I was just like, I'm out of here. So I didn't even go back into the second room. That's the one that I was talking about. Is I totally forgot that on your way back you're not able to do that either. You have to crawl through here because there's going to be a little bit of a, you know, spoiler alert, I guess, just a bit of a jump scare, but don't worry about it. That's all that it's there for, is just to be a jump scare. So you see where it's telling you to go. The girl will pop in through there. But don't even worry about that one. All you got to do is just go off to the left here. And so if you use the forklift key there, you'll actually pick up another hit pouch. I don't know what I was thinking grabbing it and leaving. I was thinking about getting back to the other room with the forklift key, which we do need to do anyway, but okay, grab the 2 joint plugs here, go through this furnace room again, go right into this door where this dude's trying to get into now desperately. So this one you could be slow about here. Yeah, once those lights go out, you can start to crawl. This should give you enough time and, you know, just like kind of like let you go through this area pretty much like unnoticed. Yeah, so I'm just like trying to back up because I could hear her snarling and I can't see her anywhere, so I'm just like wondering what the hell is going on. But yeah, if you just follow this around, you can just kind of like there she goes right there, right? Kind of like hide out in this office over here. And again, it's one of these things that should happen. She should pass off to the left and leave you an opening to get down that hallway. And when she does, just kind of like run quick and get that socket in here. Now I'm totally lost on why she's still here. The light should have gotten rid of her. Yeah, and I mean, I guess welcome to another episode of, you know, don't do what I do. So don't push that off to the left just yet. Keep that going to the right. You're going to want to follow these body bags around. This area is such a crazy area.
Oh God, I really don't want to go in there.
Keep your distance from the zombies a little bit. They may grab you. I don't think that they... I don't think that they do any damage when they grab you when they're actually hanging, but yeah. So once you move that crate out of the way, there's obviously some handgun ammo behind you, and then just kind of like wait for an opening here to kind of like jot across, and now move this thing off to the left. This way the bags will start moving, you know, in the opposite direction. Just kind of like duck across and just try to get in here and follow this whole thing around. That's the part that gets me, is like you see like one of the zombies was like, why is this happening? Then, you know, there's other like zombies that'll be actually telling you to like, you know, like get away or run or something like that, which kind of like suggests that they have like some kind of consciousness still, right? Like some kind of humanity left in them, and it's just like it's just such a mindfuck of an area. Like, it's a cool area. It's just like ultra disturbing. Again, save often. I think I died here my first time around.
What?
Fluid drainage complete. Processing will now begin.
Whoa! Processing. Shit, no! No, no!
And you can just kind of like chill in the back corner here. If one of the guys gets up, then it's pretty much just as simple as like shooting them in the leg. Just stun, push, that's all. Just keep yourself in the corner so you don't get too close. as you can see, we're doing pretty well on the ammo. We still got over 50 shots right now, well over. So that's like 61 actually, right? With whatever we have in the gun. So we don't experience too many ammo dumps.
Processing is almost complete. Processing complete.
There you go. Once that stops, this ladder's going to drop down. Then you're going to head up here, and you're going to grab the...
It stopped. It finally stopped. Thank God.
You're going to grab this last plug.
Last one.
Obviously, the door's going to close, so we're going
Get
to
out of this place.
cross back over. Then go off to the right, and you're going to crawl through this vent fan over here, which is going to turn into a slip and slide very closely, very soon, very closely. Very closely, very soon. There you go.
Oh, I got in my mouth.
Refill as needed. So you can actually drain that and collect blood later on from there if you want to go back and do the bloodlust achievement. So it's actually fun, like taking your time and walking around all these places, like when you do have infinite ammo and you know, and you're able to like spend a decent amount of time on it. Go ahead and grab this one back. And I actually messed up because we need to put that one back in because we need to go back and get the one that we left inside there. So yeah, so we'll put that one back in. Now we're gonna run back inside. We're going to get the one that we left by the forklift and collect the third one. I wasn't sure if the girl's here yet or not, so I'm just kind of like crawling. Anytime you're crawling, you're making less noise. So all seems quiet over here, so I just stand up and end up going to get this thing. But now I actually hear her walking around somewhere. And yeah, as per usual, it's dark. I lost my bearings. Like, where the hell am I? There we go. So go up. Be careful with those guys, because those guys are quick. Once you grab this thing, go ahead and run through this broken door. Press off to the right. And just dump all three of the plugs in here. Once you put them in, it'll start up a cutscene. So now you'll grab Emily.
Hold on tight.
Going down, quick left. I ran straight, of course. But you will see that it is a quick left right over here. And just another left right by this blue door. Just straight down to the elevator.
Come on. It's just spinning you down. Why won't they close?
See, everybody starts to calm down, and then before you know it, boom.
What's going on?
Just tappity 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 is all it is, because this triggers another cutscene, and then you're pretty much, this is it. You use the star quartz to get out of the hospital finally.
Do you maybe want to leave with me? It's not safe here. Okay. That's finally. We made it. We did it. Emily? Are you alright? Emily? I don't know. Well, let's just... oh my god.
So you're gonna get to the shopper, there's gonna be a cutscene. I skipped past that and I was like... box here if you need to do any sort of inventory management. Put the forklift key away. I think it's here that I realized that I didn't go and I didn't grab the extra hip pouch. Like, oh, it's like I said, it is what it is. Mistakes will happen when you're trying to go through these games quick. Grab a swine bottle, just match it, pull it apart. You'll get the double helix.
Would it be in here?
Just go to the center console right over here, open this thing up, and that's where it'll go into. Yeah, this whole room will start moving, and I just started running around on this thing. And eventually you'll see me stop because I made myself dizzy doing this. It was like... This part is relatively quick, and the next part, where Grace is concerned, is going to be quick also. So save right over here. Head down this door off to the left. I accidentally again used the med injector because I was trying to hit run, but that's the one thing that annoys me is Capcom just can't keep the same buttons to do everything, right? They got to switch it around, which is just, you know, it is what it is, but hey. So you're going to get over here. Not only are you going to pick up the helicopter key, but you're going to interact with the computer and hit authorize right over there. That's going to open up that door.
Yes, Zeno there.
And you're basically going to do the same thing all over again. As you're going to go downstairs, everybody's going to be free over here. Grab this thing. And make your way out while spraying this. This is like way better than your pistol. One more quick section over here where there's going to be, when you pass through here, it's going to trigger kind of like a quick time event where this thing pops open. So you basically lose the canister and back to your pistol, but you don't have to worry about it. Just follow this route, go up the stairs. Okay, and you're gonna get right about here, yeah, the blood's gonna start pouring in. So when you make this right, run up the stairs, but stay to the left side of the stairs, because I think it's the second set of stairs where there's going to be like a metal table that's kind of like, yeah, there it goes right there. It's going to be coming down the stairs, right? So just follow that up to the ladder. And that's actually a cool mechanic because you don't always slip, but the floor is obviously slippery because of the blood, and Grace actually slips there.
Why does this shit keep happening?
If you actually take the turn a little bit sooner than what I did, she actually won't do that. So that's a pretty good attention to detail right there. Head down this way over here. You're going to be looking for this open window here. Don't even worry about shooting him. If you want to, go ahead, but I mean, you don't have to. He's not going to grab you. Just go through there, go through here, and yeah, that'll trigger the helicopter scene. Then you'll be back to Leon. And so,
Sherry, Grace is still here.
same thing happens here. Is on your first playthrough, you'll have a rifle right there for you. But if you've gotten the rifle and you've sold it and you've bought a different rifle, then you need to interact with this box, and you need to buy a rifle. And just, yeah, just make sure you equip the sight. That's going to help you out. So, yeah, some ammo on the windowsill over here. And then when you pass through this room and kind of like go out on the patio area here, there's some more rifle ammo there. And there's some more rifle ammo in that box too. But it's the first of like 2 stages here. So, this kind of reminds me of the water hall section in RE4, where you got to take out the zombies that are kind of like in Ashley's way when she's like trying to turn the crank, like they're trying to grab her and everything like that. Like, seems very reminiscent of that section. That's all you gotta do. Just protect Grace and just make sure that she's okay. Don't shoot that. I'm pretty sure that you saw the red gas can over there. That red, I don't know if it's like a huge propane tank or whatever it is, but you see it. Eventually the chef is going to start coming into this area, so you can take the chef out with the sniper rifle, but if there's... I don't know where it makes... I don't know what difference it makes. Like, does it matter if how many zombies you kill along the way, or how many you don't take care of along the way? But sometimes this place is just completely swarmed with zombies, and sometimes there's just like nobody like coming up here or anything like that, right? So I saw him. I hear the chef. I'm looking at the can right over there, and there you go. I see. There's one dude, there's Chef. And so now just kind of like, I saw him last second there. Didn't hit him, but headshot him. As Chef gets closer, aim for the, gas can and take it out. I just realized that I think it's this portion of the game that I realized that aim assist was on, because it's unassisted, for crying out loud. That's why I couldn't clearly aim at the gas can. I'll tell you what, even on assisted though, this game still has some crazy difficulties. Alright. So Leon will say alright there. That's pretty much where we're at. He'll jump down the roof here and land on a zombie really cool. Crush his head.
Excuse me.
And now you're gonna get into a little bit of a boss fight. It's gonna be once you enter the chapel, obviously. It's gonna be some blister heads. these guys, I found out that for as many times as I've tried it, it kind of like seemed like taking the high ground was the easier way to go. We can take out that one gas can. You can start popping this guy from over here. Everyone in here just kind of all these enemies like piss blood, man. See, I was trying to keep him back because I'm just waiting for Big Boy over here just to switch over the pistol and just hit him with that gas can right there. Much more effective. That'll be the end of him as long as you keep popping those, and yeah, now you can just kind of like make your way down here. I think there's one guy still left in here, if anybody, for that matter. Yeah, there's one guy still. I don't even know what the hell's going on with him, but toss that axe at him, go ahead and hatchet him. Again, every fight's going to be different, but that's kind of like what I suggest is, you know, get a couple of shots off when you're still on ground level, and then just kind of just move up the stairway, take the high ground, and you know, and it'll be easy peasy. You'll be done and over with it in no time flat. I don't know if this is like way too low now. Why does my peaks don't seem to be going up like loud? Up here, you're just gonna run up these stairs. You got to drop Emily off to, you know, to a little bit of a safe room.
I'm sorry, I know it hurts.
And this is just a lot of running around, and it's in the dark, and there's obstacles in the way. So use your map whenever you need to, but just kind of like stay focused. You just saw it like as we passed it a second ago. There's these green lights, kind of like those turn on like bright spotlights. So kind of just like if you see those, then kind of like head for those. Because you interact with this elevator to basically get this whole sequence started.
Power distribution units on the lower floor.
Gotta get the power on.
So just run this way and just jump down here. Just jump down here. And like I said, just check your map as needed, because now you see where those red lights are. Like that's going to be one of them, but there's a ton of obstacles, and then the girl shows up too. And I'm serious, I still don't understand why I'm running around without my flashlight on. That's what I mean right there, is usually when you find those spotlights with those green lights, you'll be able to flip a switch and turn some main power breaker on.
Two to go.
You're gonna find one with the handle that's gonna be a little bit harder to pull. So I don't remember packing up the Requiem to like kind of like keep myself at bay. I think I make it just in time where I take a little bit of damage. I don't mind taking damage, honestly. I know that if this video ends up getting a whole, you know, like a ton of views, everybody's gonna be like, oh, you suck. You're probably right. I probably do. You know, that's just the thing. I didn't say that this is gonna be the best walkthrough ever that you've ever seen. It's because to me, like looking at these walkthroughs that are perfect, you know what I mean, no damage walkthroughs, they seem to me at least unattainable. Like I don't have time. I don't have like 40 hours to, you know, kind of like invest in this area alone to figure out what I need to do to not take damage. You know what I mean? I'm great for the guys that it works for. I like watching some of those hardcore channels. You know what I mean? Where they do like the no damage runs, or they do like the freaking like the 56-minute Resident Evil 2 speedrun just still kind of like blows my mind. And yeah, third one is going to be in that control room there, but as you can see, there's a lot of running to get to it, and there's obstacles along the way. So that's why I keep on looking at the map over here, because now I know that you need to take a left and a left, and then a right, and then run out this way here. Two things here. So you're going to interact with this. I don't know if you can get the lever first. I never even really tried that, to be honest. Yeah. No lever. But, that one was totally avoidable, and I started running the wrong way because I got distracted with this whole thing. That one was avoidable though, because what I should have done is I should have pulled out a Molotov cocktail, and so I ended up taking damage again over here, right? That is honestly just stupidity on my part. But I mean, at this point, we're kind of like invested because we haven't saved in a hot minute. This is a scripted scene. So she tosses you away from there.
What the fuck?
So right there, I just decided to take damage because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this lever, and then we're done with this area. We're pretty much done with Grace, for that matter. Like the next time that we have to see Grace is going to be at Ark, and that's only going to be for a few minutes because Ark goes by really quick. Yeah, it's kind of like Nest in Resident Evil 2. Like Nest was the quickest area, Ark is the quickest area here as well. There's more cutscenes at Ark than there is like actual like playable stuff that you need to do. The only thing with Ark though in this game is that there's a lot of kind of like sneaky stuff, you know what I mean? You need to sneak around like some of the lickers. But even the lickers in this game are like way easier. Like you honestly can do, and I probably do it on this playthrough also. It's just I'm not sure if I do it on this playthrough or if I do it on or if I did it on last night's playthrough, because I actually played last night with all the infinite ammo, because I unlocked infinite ammo. So why the hell wouldn't I play with infinite ammo, right? And so yeah, so if your goal is to unlock unlimited ammo, then yeah, there's like
Finally.
yeah, so this is probably about like an hour and 43 minutes worth of gameplay time, I think. I was hoping to be done with it a little bit earlier. This is just, you may as well just consider that a quick time event, and then it's going to go through a couple of cutscenes, and you're going to find yourself in the ruins of Raccoon City, which is just, this is such an awesome level design, and there's so much more that goes on here that meets the eye. So if you do get like unlimited ammo and you actually just kind of like want to walk around and play this whole thing, I highly recommend that. It is so fun. There's some underground stuff. You know, like trying to find some of the Mr. Raccoons. They got them like, you know, put on some of the high rises and the windows and everything like that. So you got to like snipe them off the bridge, and it's just it's an awesome area. But in either case, we're going to encounter a giant-ass spider. It's going to be like our first thing that's going to happen. Spiders like difficult and not at the same time. When I played yesterday with infinite ammo and I was taking my time, then, you know, this fight went like kind of like lickety split with my weapons upgraded. But like when you do it here for the first time, it's just like, yeah, it's a bit of a pain because, again, we're in a rush, right? We're trying to get everything done in a certain amount of time, and that's where all that comes in. So you're gonna want to bait the spider like all the way back here. Don't bother trying to do any damage. Don't waste any ammunition because you can't do any damage to the spider until you actually get to a point where it says fight off the giant spider. This is all just pretty much like a scripted event right now. So all you're gonna do is run. He's gonna pop in a few places. He might hit you, he might not. You know. So you're closing the door, he's coming in after you.
Alright. Now what?
Yeah, there's gonna be some baby spiders that are gonna come after you very shortly here. See, I don't know, I don't get it. At least with Leon, I'm smart enough to turn on the flashlight because I'm like, I can't see shit. So as I'm playing with Grace, though, I don't have the flashlight on because I'm just why, what the hell, dude? But that's all right. We're done. We're done with her for now. So, yeah. If you want to stay here and shoot all of them, you can. A whole bunch of them end up spawning in here. So, but I'm just kind of like running, right? So, spider's gonna give you a little love tap right there. So it's not going to be until you actually get up here. And you're going to get on this ledge. Now it's going to say, defeat the giant spider. This is where the spider can actually take damage, so. You do want to shoot the glands on his butt. Or her butt, I don't know. Like, how do you tell male and female spiders apart? I have no idea. Nor do I want to know, for that matter, to tell you the truth, because I hate spiders. I'm one of those guys. This is just an extremely disgusting scene to me in general. But yeah. So I just end up, like, trying to shoot as close as I can to those glands. Because it's just going to go crawling around. And eventually it's just going to drop back in on you here, so. But yeah, but you can do headshots as well.
Haven't you had enough? I don't have time for this control.
And there you go. That'll be that. Leon will sink his hatchet into said spider's head. I just left that in just because it's so satisfying just seeing him kill the damn spider, you know what I mean? I am definitely no hero when it comes to spiders. Hell no. I don't know what I mean. Like, I live in Florida, right? And I know which spiders like to look out for, and I know that there's only like 4 of them that are like dangerous. You know what I mean? But it's just kind of like they're creepy. They move quick, and they just kind of like fucking like walk around thinking that they can do whatever the hell they want to do, right? So, I don't know. Alright, first things first, you're going to go to this camp over here.
Now, whose camp is this?
Yeah. No power on yet. Yeah, so you have to interact with this generator over here. And then collect your rewards here and upgrade your weapons accordingly. Keep the ones that you like, sell the ones that you don't like. You know, I know that weapons are all a matter of personal preference. I personally like the Silencer 9, so that's the one that I buy. I sell the alligator snapper, and I just upgrade that one, the firing capabilities. You do find charms throughout this game too, and there's some cool ones also that give you cool perks that you could like actually put on the shotgun and on the Requiem, and you know, all that kind of good stuff. So I'll tell you one thing: this game will be something on insanity mode. It's going to be kind of crazy. Go ahead and save your data. Like I said, save often. And so what we're going to do is we're going to enter the warehouse. The warehouse. Interact with this button here. The gates. Oh, what else do we have to interact with here? Oh, okay. Yes, take a look at that map also. I forgot about that. So that's pretty much it. Interact with generator, interact with map. I always register my shortcuts here also, just because I like my stuff in a certain spot. That way it's just easier for me to navigate to get to it when I need it. We're gonna take out some people here, but we're gonna do a lot of running as well. So you'll see a whole bunch of boxes that are kind of like hanging from pulleys. Strange. So we're gonna take those around.
Where are all the bodies?
We're gonna take them around. We're gonna take them. We're gonna knock them down. So hit that one there. That'll be the first one. You're gonna start to hear them coming out of the ground already, but just kind of like run up these sets of ladders. There's going to be 2 of them that are going to spawn over here in a second. But just keep on running around. So knock that one down right there, and then there's going to be one towards the end that you're going to knock down as well. I end up coming over here to collect this ammo. But I'm not even trying to deal with these guys, because they can bunch up on you very, very quickly. So just kind of like, if you can, run past them. Watch out for the ones that are kind of like wearing the black shirts. Yeah, that one right over there. He's gonna swing that thing at you. He's pretty much like the boss of them, right? Yeah, so right now I'm just trying to carve myself a running path. This guy right here is just take his ass out. Go ahead and knock this thing down. I should have done that earlier before I even started coming up here. Run off to the right, but beware because there is a zombie in here as well. So just shotgun out. Okay. Once you're in here, you're good. So just kind of like breathe, relax. Cedarbrook Apartments. Grab that key. We're going to go outside now. Up this ladder. It's immediately off to the right once you pass through that door. So interact with this generator. It's going to be like get some fuel. That's going to be one subtask that you're going to have.
This place is overrun with zombies.
What? That's impossible. They should have all been wiped out by the missile.
Yeah, they should have.
Up this ladder here. You bust off to the right, then you got your green herb over here. Then when you, what am I looking for? Then when you do like an about face, you're going to go get this first detonator part. And that is going to prompt you to take a look at some stuff. So we're going to look at...
2 more parts and I can jerry-rig the detonator for that gate.
Yeah, it's kind of like sucks that you have to sit here and actually go through this.
should have the signal.
Should be able just to hit like circle and just get out of this, right? So, yeah. Then check out the gas station. That's going to be your fuel, and then turn around all the way behind you. Yep, right over there.
Relays over there, huh? That should be a fun trip.
Yeah. That is a well, I mean,
Got the location for those parts.
then you can hop on this elevator. You can take this. You can take this down. This will take you back to the BSAA camp. Go ahead and save your data. Like I said, I save often just because you can always interact with this thing and just kind of like. I think I'm trying to save up for the body armor at this point. Body armor, definitely going to be needed soon. Well, it's like needed now. You know what I mean? But so it's actually behind this wall. It's where you're going to use the cedar broke apartment keys. Okay. Shoot this thing down. This should be a grenade. Yeah, that is a hand grenade. You can actually combine 2 hand grenades to make a stacked grenade. If you want to do this, then go ahead and do it. There's climb this ladder up. There's a couple of items over here. It's just munitions, really. So there's going to be like the large gunpowder and some ammo for the Requiem. So it's kind of worth it because if you have like 2 large gunpowders and a piece of scrap, then you can craft a hand grenade or shotgun shells. You know, I mean, those are good to have also. But pop through this door here. Go off to the left. All of this is very dark until you get outside. Very claustrophobic. I end up going back after him because I don't want these guys like following me around. Yeah, 2 very different kind of like play styles between Leon and Grace. With Grace, it's kind of like, you know, like stun and get out of my way. With Leon, it's like I'm just gonna kill all of you, which is pretty much what he does. But yeah, but with this run, you just kind of like you have to make some paths for yourself, and just take the punches as they come to you. Honestly, follow this down over here. Let's go and check this. That door later on opens when that goes. That ultimately everything leads to an underground area, but you don't need to worry too much about that because that's what we're after. Right over there is that green, where that green light is. There's a battery in there. With this one, you're going to want to prep yourself here because there's going to be a couple of blister heads and like one of those poppy blister things that we had at the church when we were there, and those are all going to spawn as soon as we pick up this handle over here. Like, so you're going to get like 1 or 2 of them that are spawned right over here right now. Just go ahead and take them out. Leave yourself as much room as you can. Keep your weapons reloaded here. It's probably the best advice that I can give you. Touch this. Hold it until it gets like right about there, like right about like a quarter of the way through, and just kind of like run back and just let them start populating. Yeah, and just stay on your P's and Q's about who's where, and if you try running past them, you believe me, it's going to be a whole different world of trouble. Yeah. I was trying to be slick right there and seeing like, I'm going to go after this thing. Seeing if I can open up the gates. Didn't throw that far at all. That was a decent parry. Gotta give me credit for that one. But okay, but then I get hit. So just never mind. I'm back to sucking. I'm like, this is kind of dumb too, because like I can hear them off to my right. Still trying to open this damn thing. I'm trying to make a quick run for it, because like I really don't want to do this fight. Yeah, those blister heads are quick too. This is like not the greatest fighting arena ever. See, and that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to get the damn blister on its back, but spraying blood everywhere. I think there's another one here that actually hits me. Yeah. He like bitch slapped me too. He was like, ah. Just like, get away. You fucker. You see what, like, where the hell did he even come from? I don't recall seeing him anywhere during that fight, but what the hell? In your case, do go up the stairs here. Again, you know, in retrospect, I should have lured some of them up here, you know, taking the high ground. They would have been funneled onto the staircase. You know, throwing the gas can over there made an explosion, made, you know, a bit of easier work of everything than what I actually got. But it's a live and learn kind of thing. So let me know what you tried, honestly. Leave it down in the comments. Like did that work for you? If you actually tried that, try to funnel them up here and, you know, throw that gas can out there. Let me know if it works out easier for you or not. I'm just going to go through that door, go back up the ladder, and it's going to be one more battery to find. Oof. Yeah. There's only like 3 things to do in this section, but they're kind of hectic. So once you put this battery in, you could just kind of like do an about face. I end up running towards the stairs here for a second, but yeah, but you could just do an about face, because what you're actually trying to do is, there you go. Like, I don't know when I realize it. It's like, I'm like looking da-da-da. I think I just forgot. And that's the thing again, right? Is just when you're trying to play these games quickly. I know that I'm looking for a ladder, but I just don't know where it is, right? So, but it kind of worked out for the best of you, because I actually got a green herb out of it and everything. So, yeah. Yeah, but as you can see, I'm trying to run in that general direction, because like it's not that I don't know where to go. Like, I know where I'm going. It's just like, what the hell, like, where the hell is it now? Yeah. So now I'm just like, well, wait a second. Well, I can't exit, and I know that I know what everything there is. It's like the shipping depot. So it's like you do go back to where that water is. Then at the very end there you go. So that's all you have to do. When you're by that battery box, just make it about face and just go over here. And you are going to have to jump down. I'm kind of just like looking if there's anyone that I could take out from right over here. But with all the air ducts and everything like that, you got to jump down and kind of like go around this. Like, I'm pretty sure that you saw it there. So go around the forklift. Plus the right over here, and then the left. Don't bother opening that up. There's two of these guys in there with a with an explosive canister. So, you know, lots of fun. Watch out for that guy. Luckily, I got the upper hand on him before he was actually able to touch me. So, yeah, I'm telling you, Leon's sections are hectic as shit. And this is unassisted too. And just think about that, okay? It's like this is unassisted, and so they are technically weaker and they go down easier. There was no reason again to run back out here either. It's just that I forgot again where the ladder is. Yeah. So, like I said, you make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and this is ultimately, I ended up just kind of running around, getting back to the same spot where I was actually at. Yeah, I can see because I keep on running around that same forklift. I do end up opening that. Look at this. Yes, see, there's just two guys in there with the explosive canister, so I'm like, I'm out of here. Didn't reload the shotgun. Yeah, so you actually go into the office is what it is, okay? So I'm still confused right here. Like, where the hell is the damn ladder? But if you get in the office, make it about face. There you go. And now you got to walk on top of these trucks. And now this is all much easier. Just run past that dude. There's, like I said, there's a lot of these guys that you don't have to fight. So drop back down into the water here and put that fuse in. When you get out, you're going to interact with the with some dead BSAA soldiers, and they're going to have a container key on them.
Send some footage your way, Sherry.
It's like 2 hours and 10 minutes into the game right here.
White suit. Can you find anything on him?
Yeah. Hold on.
I kind of wanted to check my progress and see where we were at right there.
So there are ghosts involved with Elvis too.
So I was like, okay, 2 hours and 10 minutes isn't that bad. But then it's just kind of like, we did, like, ultimately we came down to the wire with this one, because this was like 3 hours, 44 minutes, I think is what it is without looking at the end of the video right now. Which is still kind of crazy if you think about it, because that's like... But I mean, these three sections right over here, like, they should be shorter than what they are, honestly. Like, if I had a good deal of stuff like actually memorized, like committed to memory, then this run would have been a lot easier, you know. But like I said, this is my third playthrough of this right now. Just kind of looking to see if there's any kind of collectible stuff up there. Oh, and I'm still missing a Mr. Raccoon too. Like, yeah, maybe I'll play the game later on tonight. try to find trying to find the last Mr. Raccoon. I don't even like. I have no idea where he could possibly be though. Once you pick up that gas can, that's gonna spawn in some zombies. Again, this is gonna be a chainsaw type of situation. So
Let me guess. You must be the town lumberjack.
the quicker that you can kind of get rid of them, the better off you're gonna be. Go ahead and grab this chainsaw and just shred away, my man. He ended up throwing it because I was going to say maybe put that down for a second, come out here and just... The chainsaw's still going a little crazy, and like the same situation that we had before is instinctively these zombies, all of them, go after the chainsaw. Doesn't matter which one it is. If there's a chainsaw on the ground, they're all going to start gravitating towards it. Which kind of is, it's a good thing in one way, because that makes the zombie pattern predictable. They're coming towards the chainsaw, which kind of like means that you could, you know, pick a spot and funnel them, you know, in one direction. But you do need this chainsaw because there is going to be like a chainsaw to chainsaw kind of battle. So just make yourself, make your way around this area like pretty quick and just take everybody out. I think that's everybody. So yeah, so this dude is now gonna pop out and he's kind of weird because you can shoot him from a distance, and obviously headshots are gonna do nothing because he's wearing that armored plate around his head. But if you do some body shots, you're still going to have to do that part right there. Just come over here with the chainsaw and just kind of like stab him with the chainsaw in the chest and just kind of like get him, you know, just do away with him like that. So even if you play him at a distance, you're gonna have to get that chainsaw at him and take him out. Unlock this thing, refill the gas canister. There's like 4 different places to actually use that, but we are only going to do like 2. Because that's all that we need to do to kind of like to do the minimum that we need to do and get out of here. So it's either 2 or 3. I know that we're gonna. So I know that we need to fill this one up in the back over here, so that way we can get out of here. So that's kind of like first things first. I shouldn't have even been messing with these guys. It's kind of like, let's just sit there and waste time, honestly. Well, now that he saw me, he's like gonna stalk me, right? So, yeah. Okay, well, you can see where that crane is there. You can stay to this side of this bus. There's going to be ones that, actually 2 blister heads over here, but you can kind of like bypass them. So you want to refill this generator here. This is going to give you a shortcut to the what do you call it? The computer to save. And see, that's again what happened. R1 to run, and I end up healing myself. So I kind of wanted to take a look at this section. There's some ammo up here in this box. Some mixed herbs also if you need those. Heavens know that I do, but I took a look at this and I was just like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this today. I think I'll do that when I'm on the Raccoon City exploration thing. I would just go ahead and run across this thing. This kind of gives you like a direct route back to camp. Go ahead and save your progress. Upgrade your weapons as necessary. That's one thing that I would recommend here is definitely getting the body armor, and just whatever weapon it is that you're using, then definitely buy the ammo for that. Just because ammo is going to be scarce, especially since we are, you know, basically running and not fighting. So we'll run past a lot of ammo, we'll run past a lot of items. We're going to get stuck in some situations where we're going to need to fight, you know, as you've seen. Excuse me. This is my second video doing a voiceover, and this is going to be the longest one because I'm like 2 hours and 20 minutes into talking almost. So yeah, because we're at 2 hours 18:30, right? So it's almost 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I'm like my voice is like starting to go, you know what I mean? But it's just kind of like, yeah. So we're going to go back to where we saw those BSAA guys. And we're going to start making our way up the stairs there. I don't know why on earth I'm going so far, but, you know, this is probably, I'm probably about like hour, like 6 or 7 into playing this game right now. For as many times as I've died and had to go back to the previous save point, or I've done something and it was just, you know, just like a complete clusterfuck, or like, you know, I could have done this a little bit better, I could have done that a little bit better, you know. Yeah, I'm probably on about like hour 6 or 7. The hospital really didn't take me long at all. This part though, this is because it's dark and it's kind of like, you know, it's dark and it's very much in ruins. It's just kind of like, where the hell do you need to go? But yeah, run up these stairs, make a loop. When you walk out that door off to the right, there's going to be a ladder, so you're going to want to hit that. Wrong building again. We need to get the crank, right? So yeah, go through this door. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to drop down here. Drop, man. Drop. Yep. Go to that blue door that you saw in front of you just a second ago. But the guys that are wearing the guys that are wearing helmets, if you can kind of like play your distance with them, because you have to shoot the helmet off first, and then you can finally like do a headshot. one of them is wielding a machine gun. So get rid of him quick, because he just shoots kind of like sporadically and just like kind of like all over the place. But once you get done with them, go over to, I was trying to see if we can get, there's a box up there with a grenade in there, but we're gonna have to come back down here anyways. That blue door right there that has a crank. So Leon's gonna open it up, and then he's automatically gonna take the crank also. And then we're gonna start making our way back up to where we were to use the crank. Good old rusty crank. And we go through here and pretty much same stuff. Just just watch out, because this time, dude, yeah, this guy's carrying a grenade. Just shoot him right in the grenade. Just get rid of him. Yep. There, there's the crank over here. So go up this ladder here, and this is where you're going to want to start exercising some caution. So run up these stairs, but kind of like,
One of the parts should be just up here.
there's going to be, I'm going to go looking for herbs and healing items here. We're going to go back in there later, but when you get up these fire escape stairs right over here, you can actually like kind of like stop like right over here. A little bit further up, you see that guy, take him out. He's going to be firing mortars at you. You're going to get an incoming mortar very shortly. So these guys are kind of like unavoidable fights. Go ahead and shoot that thing down so you can just get it later on. You're going to have to time all this out. So that way the mortars don't actually hit you, because like I don't think that he'll fire unless he can see you, or that he sees where you're at, right? But yeah, see, grab him if you can, get him pretty quickly. But there's going to be like automatically, as soon as you take out one, there's going to be another one that's going to start shooting at you. And yeah, like this kind of like gets me thinking about like the catapults when you enter the castle. So what you want to do is you want to run across here, equip a grenade, and just kind of like toss it like real high up in the air right there. See where it lands. Get it as close to the gun as you can though, so you can just take out the guy that's shooting you. Get this guy in the grenade. There's gonna be one. Yeah. So just, it gets all chaotic very quickly. Get the guy that's you know, that has the machine gun in his hands. Get him out of the way as quick as possible. I wanted to switch my weapon. That was totally groovy. Like, you see what I mean? For being on assisted mode, they're really not assisting much. Like, what's the assistance? Like, just dropping zombies on my head? What the hell, dude? That's kind of cool that you can man this mortar and just kind of, like, see what the hell's going on. The guy's, like, right underneath me, though, so it's kind of like, okay, well, what are you going to do? Well, we just got to go down and fight him. I went over here trying to spawn more enemies in, not realizing that that guy is still there. Because if you can spawn the other enemies in, then you could actually, like, you can come up here and you could just take care of them with this thing. But just grab this detonator piece over here. It's going to prompt you to get a repair kit. Repair kit is back over at the it's back over at camp, in the container that was there. Go ahead and aim for these things right over here. Boom. And there should be some Requiem ammo back there, like 2 shots. Yep, ×2. Good. Yeah, so reload that. At this point, am trying to hold this until we get to Raccoon Police Department to fight Mr. X. So these are the guys that I was trying to spawn in. Now I'm just trying to run past them because I'm just like, you know what? There's absolutely no reason for me to go back there, and I just couldn't remember which way to get down. I'm just like, oh my goodness. But it's the mattress. There's the ladder right there. Jump down. So annoying. So annoying. You know what? I should have, for as much as they slowed me down, I should have just ran back up to that mortar and just taken all of them down.
Found the signal receiver. Or at least what's left of it.
Okay, one component left. By the way, I found some evidence of the Pentagon putting pressure on the BSAA. It appears the North American branch has been moving independently.
Follow these stairs down right over here to grab some shotgun shells and a stack grenade. And again, you can stack grenades yourself. You can just combine a grenade with a grenade. It'll create a stack grenade. Jumped out the wrong window. No reason to jump out there at all. So, yeah, so we can just pop out here. And then we can bust the left to make it back to our camp. As you can see, like, there's more zombies that kind of like start popping up. Like different levels of them. Like that one was like the leader type zombie, but yeah, save your progress. You can open up this container over here. This container does have the repair kit in it, and it has the motorbike, which is why they made this one the easiest one to find. There's one that's like not easy to go to get to, but it's really cool. I think it has like a charm in it, and there's a scope, I think. Repair the body armor. Buy yourself a med ejector if you need it. Both of them if you need them. Get whatever ammo that you need. 100%. Next playthrough, when you have unlimited ammo, you're going to be selling all the ammo, so don't trip. Take the gun. Make the gun as powerful as you can get it. Definitely focus a bit more on the shotgun and the sniper rifle, but you will take this elevator back up because we're going to go back to that first generator that we saw. This is gonna be the one that's gonna allow us to get the third piece, right? So just drop down over here, pop out over here. This is the very first one that we came into contact with when we got to Raccoon City, so fill that one up. Put this button on the gates, and we are going to zip line to the ruins of this tower.
Right, I can use that.
There's no reason to like kind of like really like just like kind of like walk around here and search. Not really anything interesting on this building in general. This is kind of like a toppled over skyscraper, which is kind of cool, but like, yeah, run through this whole Go up these stairs. Must off to the left behind the elevator over here is going to be a little opening here. Just kind of like follow this thing around. I'm looking for an herb. Take this ramp, well, this side of the building up. See how it gets like, it kind of like starts messing with your perspective because the building's like actually like toppled over. But now we're going to cross this beam right over here. And this is the default camera angle. And I was like getting sick looking at that. So I just like readjusted my camera. Then I just said, I'm like, let me take a look down. No, I don't want to look down. I don't want to look down. Just whatever loot that you have on the way is all that you're going to grab. So go ahead and shoot these 2 boards. Like if you have vertigo or something, then this kind of that kind of like really alters your perception of how all this looks. But yeah, once you get that down, you're gonna jump down here, get this board out of the way. Okay, then we're gonna do 1 jump over, and then you're just gonna you can just start tapping away right over here. So we're gonna open this door and we're gonna drop down. Okay, run up on the left side here. The right side is going to drop, but then as soon as you get past the right side, just get out of the way because the left side drops right after that. So we're going to slide down here and just right away we're going to go up to this door and we're going to take out these 2 boards here. Once you do, there's going to be 2 zombies. Just shoot this glass out. Okay, that'll drop them. Go off to your right over here and then just shoot twice over here to drop that. And that's going to be your ramp to get out of here. Because again, there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to, a lot of zombies that are going to swarm you. So run up this thing, get this box, but ultimately run up this way. Watch out because there's going to be a guy carrying a grenade. Shoot him. And just keep running because you got one of the idiots with the shot with a machine gun again. That's just kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. So I'm just going to shoot everywhere.
Let's find those detonator parts.
Yeah. This is going to get you your last detonator part over here. Oh boy, my voice is like hoarse.
Picked up the relay.
Great job. Now to get through that gate.
Yeah. Just gotta figure out how to get down from here first.
That's not an easy task either, but go ahead and save your progress here so you don't lose all that. You definitely don't want to do that like 7 or 8 times. Some quick inventory management if you need it. We do not, so spend a little time thinking there. I think I may have even taken a break there because I was just like, definitely needed to grab something to drink or do something. Just follow this around out this door here. Gonna run up these set of stairs right over here. And you don't have to interact with that. You can just drop right down. And what you're gonna want to do is go off to your right here, head up these stairs, get where this dude's coming out from. You can hatchet him if you time that correctly. Make a left, head towards this corner here, run up the stairs, go through this door. Boom. Actually, I went the wrong way. Ha! You're actually gonna want to make a right and then a left out this way. You can run past these guys. Don't worry about any of them. They all start aggroing like as you get there. Take that guy out though. Run to this corner. Yeah, like watching this back, I realized that I could have like ran behind them You don't necessarily have to shoot him in the head like I did. You could have shot him in the legs and just kind of like bypassed him. Get over here and turn this wheel, and that'll drop the initial first half over here. So real quick and easy. What was that, like a minute and a half, something like that. Now we got to get the other side. Go to the right. Drop down, run out this ramp here. Go off to the left. Just stun him, run around him. You can hear the chainsaw going already. Run up this way, and when you get up here, one of these guys is going to have that. Well, I thought he was already going to have it in his hands, but try to avoid taking an axe to the shoulder if you possibly can. I was gonna stay there and fight them, but I'm just gonna take a chance here and just kind of like get past them as soon as I possibly can. Go ahead and loot these boxes. Drop down over here and head onto the platform. Hit the button to get it started. This is gonna stop like twice. So just kind of like, you can stand in one spot, and as the enemies start dropping in, you can start, you know, just knocking them out.
Now what? You'll have to take the next one.
Taking everyone a hot minute to start showing up here, but oh, that was a lucky shot. Like as he's falling, just shotgun his ass. It'll start moving again, and then it'll stop in about like right there. I was gonna say in about a second or two. But it'll stop right here, and at this point you just it's a bit of a timed event, so once this stops we're gonna get a couple of people that jump on here, and eventually after a couple of seconds it'll trigger a cutscene. Any day now. Use whatever ammo you have to your advantage right here. It's just, I do highly recommend. I got lucky there because the guy grabbed me just as the cutscene started. Gonna run towards this glowing barrel here. And off to the right a little bit, and just up this little tunnel here. For all intents and purposes, we are done with this portion of Raccoon City. Just wanted to grab that box right over there. Those boxes usually have a grenade in them.
That took longer than planned. Luckily, I found a bike. Should make up for lost time.
Oh, that one had handgun ammo? That sucks.
It's 15 miles to the city center on the 419.
Now we trigger the motorcycle scene.
All right, Should make it there in no time.
Good to hear. How are the roads? Leon?
Just a few potholes.
I see Victor over here.
Stage just keeps getting better and better.
Once you see him, that's gonna cue into the mutated dogs, wolves. What? Yeah, these huge beasts. So this is just kind of like shoot, reload, shoot, reload, shoot, reload, as much as you can. This gun is just not great in general. This happens to be Grace's bonus weapon.
These pups could use more training.
Like right here, it does the job, but when you actually have it equipped as Grace, then yeah, it's. It's like one of those bonus weapons that really sucks as a bonus weapon. Let's keep on shooting at Victor over here. Be mindful, like, yeah, shoot at Victor, but also be mindful of the dogs. These things are huge, though. They're more like mutated cows, for crying out loud. Horses? I don't even know. They are big.
So much for the direct route.
Yeah, so now we have a series where we're going to be taking out these gas cans. Pop those out, make yourself an opening. You don't have to worry too much about steering here, like Leon takes care of that, obviously, but shoot Victor, make sure that, you know, just keep an eye on those dogs, because they'll sneak up on you.
I don't give up that easy.
This is like so cool to watch, just like watching this, you know, from a third-party perspective. So now just aim, shoot at Victor. That'll ignite his gas can. That's that, and before you know it, you are past the cutscene, and you are in this section of the alleyway, which leads you to the Raccoon Police Department. And again, this is one of those areas where there's a lot of cool stuff to find around here.
It's still standing.
So definitely, like I said, whenever you're done doing whatever run that you're doing, the Speed Demon, you know, the Frugalist, whatever you have, if you get a chance to get the unlimited ammo and you actually get to walk around this place and just kind of like check every nook and cranny out, then yeah, it's a lot. It's really cool to look at. There's less than an hour to go at this point, so we're about 2 hours and 45 minutes into the video right now. Go ahead and upgrade your stuff here. If you've been taking damage like I have, get the med injectors, but definitely get some ammo. You're not going to need it like immediately, like right now at this second, but very, very shortly. Save your progress as always. Again, it's just like you can't hit continue when you're doing a run like this, right? When you're doing a run like this, you do literally have to hit quit, go back to the main menu, and start from scratch basically. Well, not start from scratch, but start from your last save point and then do the stuff that you've already done. So that's why I just recommend saving often.
Jesus.
The less time that you have to reinvest into, a certain part, the better. Like get it down to perfection when you can actually like sit there and walk, sit there and walk and look around and like know like which zombie's going to pop out of what corner and so on and so forth. Excuse me. So right now we're back at the STARS office and you're going to find this briefcase. The code for this is RRR. This all has to do with Rebecca Chambers for whatever reason. The first time that you do this, you're going to find this charm. It's going to be the Power Shades charm. I forget where I read about this. I think it was on Reddit. I'm just going to equip that to the Requiem. Going to go into the library and collect this jack. There's a lot more to see in the library also. Like I said, again, I've mentioned it before, I'm just going to say it again. When you get the chance to come back here and explore everything thoroughly, do so. It's very cool to see what they've done with the place.
The ruin we need to understand.
This triggers in Mr. Oh no, not yet. Yeah, this is the orphanage section, which is just this is kind of a bit of a weird section.
Stay away. Stay away.
It's basically hiding from the kids. So you start off in your room, so you run out. You basically see the little girls there snapping the doctor's neck, and so you run back into the room, hide under the bed. And this for me, this is just a time waster over here. Like they could have done without this. Like they could have shown a video about like what was going on with the kids instead of like having to play through this entire section. Basically started this at about 2 hours and 48 minutes. It's now 2 hours and 49 minutes, so it's kind of weird that you have to sit here like this, right? Because the girls go up to one bed and they, start tapping on it, then they go to another bed and then they're going to do the same thing, and then they're going to come to your bed and do that again before they actually leave the room and you can actually move out of here. So this whole thing takes like over a minute so far. Yeah, so they'll hear that lady scream and then they'll start leaving. But yeah, we're like 2 minutes into this section, right? About already. Yeah. Crawl out of here and just basically go back out the same way. for whatever reason, they just teleported the hell out of here. So follow this around. Very much the kind of like same kind of motif as Sherry had. Bust through the door. I think the door actually opens in the other direction in Resident Evil 2. I just saw that. Yeah, so you're gonna hear a lot of noise, and what you want to do is just U-turn and just basically hide underneath this desk over here. I was trying to hit L1 to crouch, or L2, or whichever one it was. Same one that you did with Sherry. Now you're gonna stay under here for a couple of minutes also. There's like a creepiness factor to this, but ultimately I think that they could have left this out of the game, or they could have done something where, you know, Xeno was basically showing Grace, like on the computer, like what they were doing, you know, with the kids at the orphanage. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like I think there could have definitely been a better way to do this. But once this says crawl out, go ahead, crawl out, and like you could take this. You could take this first corner here. Do not take the second corner. Okay, you're going to want to walk up to the second corner, and you will see the children there. But once you do, you just run back and you hide in the same spot where you just were, which is again kind of silly. You hide right back under the table. There's going to be a little bit of time that goes by before you hear kind of like a thud or glass breaking, one of the two. See, mine still says crawl out, so I don't think that I looked where the girls were like for long enough. So I do crawl out of here in a second. I'm like looking, I'm like, is anything happening? Yeah, so you'll hear that thud. But just kind of like, I always like to take this corner slowly. I'm just kind of like looking like, okay, nobody's here, good. So just go ahead and run through this door. Bust the Yui. And turn this lamp on here. Pull out this drawer. Then just climb up there and grab the key. So I go back here and I hide right away, but what you should actually do is like go up towards this area here. You'll hear the glass break. Once you hear the glass break, that's when you actually come back here and hide. Again, very strange section. We're about 7 minutes into it right now. 6, 7 minutes. Just keep hiding, keep hiding. Eventually the kids will get close enough, like it's gonna look like they're gonna spot you, but they're not. But you do want to be careful here, just because this is a one-shot kind of like thing. If they do catch you, then yeah, then you have to go back to your last save points. So just bide your time until they actually do. See, They'll start coming over there, they get like real close, then there's like a thud, and then they start to walk away. Then once they do that, once they turn that corner by the lamp, then you could just get out of here and you can make your way to the hatch. I was just waiting until I could fully hear their little giggle in the left side of the headphones. Down the hatch we go.
Please just be a bad dream.
So pretty much all you do is just follow this around.
Why did they?
You'll see this fire truck that's going to start moving. Just follow that. And then there's going to be a door just off to the left. Or like a passageway, I should say. Go through these doors into this weird little chapel thing. So the objective is to get that door open. Thought I maybe forgot something, but you do have to run to the front where there's the, I guess, the altar here. And this wall will start opening up. And you don't go back here yet. You got to go back to where that umbrella wall is. You don't necessarily have to interact with the ladder. I do interact with it though. But you don't have to do that because when you turn around, you got that lever on the wall right there. That's what you need to pull. So if you don't interact with the ladder, you could just pull the lever, and that's going to open up that little side door in between the pews. You're going to run to this far set of coffins over here, and the third row here, pull this one out. Crawl up and over. Excuse me. Gonna grab this fire poker and obviously open up this door. What do you go through here? Yeah, it'll trigger this cutscene here, but the girls will be in here. So all you really have to do is just run through the door and just kind of like stay away from them a little bit. This one tries to grab you, but yeah, you just kind of like push out of the way. Run right over here and just interact with this as soon as you get the X to basically pull this down. That triggers another cutscene.
What's wrong with them? What is this place?
Just run around to this open door here. Make your way down this hallway with these embryos just kind of like hanging there. It's just kind of creepy, but like I understand they wanted to make this game creeper. I just really, this is the one section that I think that they could have like done without. They really didn't need this in the game. So that was about, it's like 12 minutes right there. But yeah, you cue in Mr. X.
I don't have time to deal with this.
Just want to run away from him. It's going to bust through a couple of walls. It's going to be one section over here where he actually like has what looks like the looks like the tail end of the helicopter that crashed into the RPD. Like when you get into the waiting room over here, like I said, like I know this map like the back of my hand, you see. And so he's gonna run that throughout the entirety of the wall. So you just kind of like want to go back here until he busts open through there, and then yeah, I'm just trying to squeeze by him, but no dice on that without getting hit. Well, luckily his punches aren't as hard as they are in RE2, right? Because
Not sure. But apparently it's someplace important.
yep, so you're gonna run down this way, and you're gonna turn a corner. You're gonna run for Kendo's gun shop, which that one has a couple of cutscenes in it. If you want to miss a raccoon, then you have to like position yourself where this hole in the road is, and you got to look up at the building, like where the umbrella billboard is at, and you'll see him through one of the windows up there with the sniper rifle. It's kind of like crazy. I don't do it here, but I should have recorded my run last night.
It hasn't changed.
Yep. This will trigger a little cutscene where Leon has some flashbacks, and he's like pissed. He's like, never again. And so just kind of like explore your surroundings. Grab the ammo here. You get to this BSA container again. Go ahead and grab all the ammo. Do some inventory management. Upgrade your weapons as needed. Oh yeah, we didn't really do much. So yeah, so whatever credits that you have, repair your body armor, and if you need to, then obviously buy what you need here. This is again one of those fights that's like, it's not hard and it's not easy. It's just kind of like, what I completely forgot is I completely forgot to just parry some of his attacks, right? But that's pretty much what you're doing, is you're shooting at his heart. You can parry this attack, which I tried, but I hit the wrong button. Just kind of run when he starts jumping. Again, you know, I should have turned the auto aim off because it automatically like tries to go for his head. Okay. So eventually he's going to get stunned like that a second time, and when he does get stunned like that a second time, then what you want to do, he'll actually drop down to his knees. I still think that was crap. Like, he just threw a car up in the air and it just happened to land on me as I was running. Like, okay, that was my fault. I'm not gonna fault the game for that. You see right here, he'll drop down to his knees, and then you just kind of like hatchet away at his heart.
Die, you son of a bitch.
Right there, I was kind of like, you know, I was basically like, oh shit, I'm out of ammo. I didn't have time to reload. Heal is necessary, obviously, though. Try to get a nice concentrated shot if you can. Run back up, hatchet it. That should be that. And like I said, it's one of the...
I'll stop you as many times as I have to.
You know, it's one of those fights again where if you weren't in a rush to get this game done, then it would have been easier, because like you're not like panicking that that you know that you're gonna die at this point. You're gonna go back. Well, I mean, you're not gonna go back far. You're gonna go back to the last save, but it's just kind of like thinking about it. It's just kind of like, you know.
Not much left of it. Heading underground to look for.
We're almost at Ark.
Understood.
And Ark, as you can tell, is very quick because not much of this video to go. Again, you're going to see me take like a crap load of damage here with these plants, and these plants you can get them best from a distance. We'll get to them in a second, but if you pull out your sniper rifle and you look through the scope, you can find the buds that are popping out of them, and then you could just shoot them once and they'll open up, and then you could just shoot them again. If you have like a nicely upgraded sniper rifle, right? You shoot them once, they'll open up, shoot them a second time, and they'll just completely dissolve at that point. So play your distance with the plant. With the plant buds, I should say, because then with the plant itself, it's just a lot of back and forth. Well, not back and forth, but like left and right. So just left, right, you know. So it's one of those things. But again, it's stuff that you learn to do when you're playing the game calmly. When you're in panic mode, kind of like this, then yeah, you make all kinds of mistakes. I totally didn't pick up that green herb. I think there's been like 3 or 4 of those that I've missed that I've noticed on the video now. You know, which this is why I like watching my gameplay back, is because I can see like, oh well, this was here and this was here and that was there. I can go ahead and shoot this one here. Like, see, even with the handgun, it wasn't like that much of an issue. So with the sniper rifle, it's just that much easier. Go down this right path here. We're basically like in Resident Evil fashion. We're heading like underground. So you can go to this back area over here. There should be a gunpowder. It's a small one though, right? Yeah. But I mean, even the small one's good. If you need to craft handgun ammo, you're good. Handgun ammo is obviously the most common thing that you can craft. Gets a little bit tougher when you need like more of the large gunpowder to do the shotgun shells and the rifle ammo and so forth. Crawl under this beam. Go and interact with this crate over here and just grab all this stuff. Yep, and you are going to rappel down this line. Which, all these roots and everything look kind of crazy because this reminds me of like Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 8. If you haven't played those games, then I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it just kind of, it really reminds me of that. But these are supposed to be technically the plant roots, I think is what it is. But I thought that it was that substance.
Finally reached the bottom.
Yeah, so see, so like I have my shotgun out right now because I'm like expecting, you know, the stuff to like kind of like pop up and just attack me, which it does. But like I said, it's much easier to play these at a distance. Those boxes were not that great this run around. Usually they have grenades, and those grenades are awesome. Yeah, you see, so that one took me by surprise, but like with the sniper rifle, I have one on the left of me also, so I ran out of ammo. And that's what I'm talking about, it's just one of those things. There you go, they will attack you, so if you're further away, like I said, you just basically shoot once, that way it'll open up, and then just hit it again. So don't make my mistake here. Definitely play at a distance. Like, there was no reason for me to take that much damage, and honestly, and just like my body armor's dead at this point. I managed to run by that one, which is great, but that one just barely missed me. Now I have this one that is actively attacking. Alright. Trying to run away. But yeah. So much easier to do your sniper and just do that at a distance. Here also, I don't have to run up this close. And again, you can see that it's not that difficult to do even with just the regular handgun rounds. See what I mean? But now you are going to be in a fight with the big plants in a second. Gun's empty. Reload. Yeah, remember to reload your stuff. Should have ran back, kept my distance. Yeah, you can see the vines moving off to the left and to the right, so it's just kind of like it's just obviously just collision avoidance at that point. Which I am not doing. This is so horrible. Like I played a couple of areas real bad, but I mean this one, it's just like I'm not even actively moving to get away from this damn thing.
Stubborn meat, aren't you?
Then you'll see an opening right over here where you saw all those explosive barrels there. Shoot at that, and that's pretty much done and over with. And now we're at Arc. So obviously, as you can see, Arc goes by real quick. So 3 hours and 13 minutes into this video right now.
This must be it.
So we do not have that much longer to go at all. And we're just gonna watch a little bit of this cutscene. And so now we are inside Arc, and as mentioned, this goes by relatively quickly. There's a couple of things to do with Leon, a couple of things to do with Grace, and then we're at the end of the game. Unfortunately, what should I say? Unfortunately? Fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know. Yeah, the sections with Leon are kind of action-packed. So first thing that you're doing is you're entering the server room, and right away I'm like, the first playthrough that I had is, oh, I already don't like the looks of this. Like I have a feeling that there's something bad's going to happen, right? And I was right. So I'm just kind of like walking around here, just trying to find whatever loot that I can. We're going to go to the room further down. Excuse me. Like my throat's like dry, and it's like, you're going to pop in here and you are going to interact with the computer up front here. And then you're going to make your way back out to the
I'm getting the feeling I'm not
to the
walking
server
around
room. Yeah. So basically, kind of like, this is going to be the easier way to do things. It's kind of like, I thought I did it the right way, honestly. You kind of like want to keep your distance and just kind of like aim at the door. Once you see the flashlights, you can just start picking them off right there. Once their flashlights catch you, then they're just going to start shooting at you. But if you do keep your distance and you wait for them to start coming through the door, as soon as they open that door, you can just start picking them off. There's not too many of them at all. And so you can exit here, and you're going to go through this door, and this one, you're going to want to pull out your sniper rifle, and you're going to want to aim. There's going to be two soldiers initially that you're going to be able to take out relatively easily. Just aim, aim. You can see the third one in the back. He's kind of running around, but ultimately what you have to do is you have to make your way towards this ladder over here. And then this catwalk is a little annoying because the soldiers that are on the other side, they can actually shoot through this thing and hit you. So run as fast as you can, just drop down here, and you kind of have to play aggressive and kind of like... duck and hide, but you know, get those guys as quick as you can. Equip a grenade and just kind of like aim it like right about here. There's a liquor in that where the red light is, and you can let him out.
Here you go.
And the liquor will be over there taking care of one of those soldiers back there. If he hasn't done so already, or he's like searching for him. There is an achievement for that as well. I must have gotten it on the on one of the earlier playthroughs that I did. Excuse me. Upgrade your weapons as necessary here. Fix your body armor. Get some med injectors if you've been taking damage. Like I said, taking damage is not a bad thing. It happens. You know, it's all part of the learning process when you're going through these games in the first place, so. I decided basically just to stock up because and there's a save module over here, so you can go ahead and save your progress. Just because it's been a hot minute since we've saved at this point, going back to where we were at before would just be a pain. And you are going to fight who I think is Hunk. Honestly, it sounds like him. I think they use the same voice actor, so.
All right.
Designated areas without authorization. The recording and transmitting of information is strictly prohibited.
I didn't realize I had such a big fan. How about an autograph? I heard you were a smartass.
It's not the hardest fight in the world. It's kind of like the Krauser fight in the Resident Evil 4 remake. Is pretty much whenever you parry him, and he kind of like stumbles, then you can unleash like a strong attack. And so it's just it's one of those fights where you get better, you know, each time that you do it, because he still has like the same set of movements. He'll throw that, he'll try to snap your neck, tap X, keep your distance. This is about fight's almost done when he does that.
Bastard.
So parry, parry, attack, parry, parry, attack, parry, parry, attack, pretty much. He moves further back as he tries to shoot you. So just try to run after him.
Get a little handsy, are we? Make no mistake. Nothing will stand in my way. I'll complete this mission.
And that's the fight right there. Nothing to it. A little bit of practice. Everything's all good.
We're into trouble. This guy was one tough bastard.
Coming from you, that's quite the compliment.
Going to loot the room. There's only a couple of things in here, but
Chris should be nearby. Time to finally get some answers.
run back up and run through this door here. And this will trigger a scene where you get dumped into this garbage section with Grace. Have Grace interact with this.
Look, there's a door over there.
Crane's blocking it though.
And you are back to playing as Grace. And you don't have a lot to do. It's just you're going to do more sneaking.
Once I go down,
This
there's no
was
getting back up.
like super weird because I did like the entire voiceover for this thing, and then like I went back because I noticed that I missed a part, right? Because what I did was I went to a section and then I saved it because I didn't want to redo it again, and then I kind of went back, and it's just like it was kind of crazy. But in either case, interact with that. And now it's going to say search for the override key. So this is the point where we're going to encounter our first licker in here. Well, we've seen one in the server room. I think it was just after the server room, but we saw one there that was taking out the soldiers, right? But go ahead and get in here, load yourself up with whatever you need. That is a blood collector next to the typewriter there, which you just don't need. Go in the item box and just take whatever you think, but for the most part, what we have loaded up here is all that we need at this point. What I should have done is I should have taken that level 3 bracelet. I don't know if I do it or not, but I should have taken the level 3 bracelet and stored it in here. It has a check mark on it, so we no longer need it. But now I'm just kind of like thinking. Ultimately, it's just kind of like, okay, well, let's go. So go up this hallway here.
Warning. Threat level orange. Confirmed in storage sector. Critical error. Containment lockdown failure.
And you're going to walk on this right side here. Obviously, that door is locked at the moment, right? But you're going to open up this one here. Boom, 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 boom. Kind of like a little bit of a jump scare. Grab this empty bottle, and then when you go into here, like this thing goes crazy and the liquor actually pops up here. So just go ahead and throw this Molotov cocktail at him. This won't do enough damage to kill him, so you need to shoot him a couple of times as well. We are going to get bottles of acid. Those work like way better. I think I just heard him scream, so I don't know if I'm... Code for this one is 109020. Okay, this one has a couple of supplies that you can take with you to use on your way. So when you turn this corner here, there's going to be another licker. He's probably going to be on the ceiling. No, he's on the floor this time. Yeah, but see, but now he's crawling up to the ceiling, and I'm like, dude, what the hell? You know, so you were just down here, and I'm like, do I crawl underneath you, or what the hell do I do? So yeah. But again, the liquors in here are just nowhere near the aggressiveness of Resident Evil 2 liquors. Like, they were absolutely crazy, deadly, and all that kind of good stuff. So him, I'm trying to take out with the knife, just so that way the liquor that's over there doesn't hear me. He's a relatively easy zombie corpse thing to kill. Yep, that's your override key right there that you were looking for in the first place. And now we're just going to make our way back. Like, I don't know if he heard us or not. Like, I don't remember if he actually comes down and attacks me, but over here to get this guy out of the way, I think, am I gonna pop him in the leg, or am I gonna walk around him? Yeah, I'm just gonna run around him. Oh, did you see how much? That was crap. That was crap. Like, come on, like I was opening the door and he bit me. What the hell? Yeah, that was a really crap loss of damage right there. Back down this hallway, you're gonna have this liquor on the wall. Don't worry about him, just stick close to the railing here. I'm making a U-turn like that. And like I said, even if you need to fight him, trust me, you got it. Throw one of the cocktails at him, or a bottle of acid. I think we have a bottle of acid with us right now, but we're going to throw the override key in here. And we're going to collect the magnetic key that's behind us.
All right, Leon. Be careful. I need to get going.
And it's at this point now that we need to go back to the same room that we were just in. So, like I said, it's a bit of back and forth. Bit of walking and just kind of like sneaking, but ultimately it's nothing like super difficult. Like, now he's on the ground and it's just kind of like, yeah, okay, he's walking away. I'll still hug this thing and we'll get by him really easily. But again, if not, if he ends up biting or something like that, then yeah, I mean, there's a heal and all that good stuff. You got this. Almost done. Go ahead and load up here. And this is the point in the last. I had a voiceover a couple of seconds ago, honestly, and this is the point where I realized I had left out a 2-minute portion right there, where you basically go into that room and grab that key. So I just just kind of like spliced it back in and redid it, because all of a sudden I was opening up that typewriter and I've got all this stuff that we just didn't collect, and I'm just like, wait a second, what the hell happened here? So yeah, I could throw that bottle of acid at him since he's right there. Give him a head pop just to make sure he's dead. It's more of getting the zombies out of the way than anything else. And you see, it's like I told you in the beginning of the video, that there's still, Grace has more than enough ammo to do anything that she needs to do around here. So we're just going to go back to this box over here. We're going to get our first orb. And now these guys kind of like popped out. Just go ahead and toss a cocktail at them. Run around the other side of them. Should be easy enough. Pop this guy just to get past him. Give him one of the kneecaps as well. Why the hell not? Kneecapping for everybody. This is the other door for the magnetic key. Place the orb right in there. we are back in business, as they say.
Storage sector. Rebooting AI control center.
Threat level red is never good. But yeah.
Oh no.
Code for the safe over here should be 50, 60, 80. Once I interact with it, I think I mess it up a couple of times. That's the only thing that I did, is I was turning it in the wrong direction. Yeah, because sometimes it's weird. I don't know. Like, at least like in RE2, whenever you were moving the dial for the safe, I mean, it moved kind of like in the direction that you were turning it. You know what I mean? It's just this one is like the opposite, so it's just constantly throwing me off. You know, especially since I spent a lot of time playing RE2 recently to get the platinum trophy. So if you're on a platinum trophy run as well, then hey, congratulations. We are almost finished here. The game got longer. Well, the video got longer by about like 3 minutes, but that's just because I forgot to put that one stupid section in. I was debating on leaving it out, but I'm just like, no, I can't leave it out. Like, what the hell? It's going to make it look like I didn't even do that, right? Molotov cocktail for him. Q liquor number 2 in here. I'm going to give him a bottle of acid. The acid will take him out automatically. So you can shoot this guy. That'll cue liquor number 3. You can already hear him screeching in the background, but you don't need to worry about the liquors here like you did in RE2.
Reboot failure. No response.
You know, nowhere close as aggressive.
Inactive. Containment protocol inactive.
Grab the second orb right over here.
This is it. I did it.
Yeah. Game is almost done. Grab that med injector. Use that green herb for that non-hit that we took. We got one more crazy section to do with Leon after this. I just realized I exited the wrong way, but you can hop up here. And just get around him. You can honestly start running here if you want to, because I mean, we're just gonna drop down onto this, drop back down onto the floor, and then we're just going straight out that door right over there. We're going back to the room that looks like something out of like the 1960s or 70s, right? This run right behind them. Don't even worry about them. One of them, if not both of them, are probably going to chase. Like, I could hear them in the headphones, but don't even worry about this. See this room here, right? This looks like 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, kind of like sci-fi, like 2001: Space Odyssey or something like that. Has that vibe to it. But put the second orb in. Boom. This is going to open the "We've been stalking on Grace" room. And once you interact with this is basically going to trigger Leon's section here. And this one's kind of crazy. There's a room with probably about like 10 liquors in it, and like I said, even though they're not as aggressive or deadly as they were, like they all bunch up on me. It gets a little nutty, but that's neither here nor there. Couple of more minutes till we achieve what we set out to achieve, which is grab 55,000 completion points. I was looking about making ammo. Yeah, there was no ammo that I can make, man. Don't have any gunpowder.
Oh, shit. You gotta be kidding me.
No kidding, right? First it was Las Plagas, now it's the T-virus, man. It's crazy. Feel for you, Leon. Feel for you, my man. Gonna go through this door here. We're basically gonna do like literally the same thing that Grace just did. We're gonna get an override key. Like, why there's so many? Like, why is there so much shit to override? What the hell? I don't know. Oh, but again, we're almost at that finish line. It's a beautiful thing to always be this close to the end of the game and realize that you have enough time left to actually do it.
This must be the room.
And that is the room. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of like running the wrong way. I'm at this point probably about 11 into playing the game. You don't really need to worry about him.
Fuckers as I can.
No, I spoke too soon, but as you can see, Leon took like 2 hits and they did like practically nothing, right? So just jump down, run back over to the left here, past this guy. You're going to grab this terminal right over here to activate that first platform there. Plus left over here. Activate the second platform. And you see what I mean? I was running into him for like, what, a solid second, 2 seconds. The other guys as well. So yeah, just run out of the room, bust the right, bust the left. You're going to look for this staircase. Go up the stairs. Get the green panel, get the override key right over here. And when you get out of here, just make a left. I go straight because I lose my bearings, but just make an immediate left and just run down the hallway. Like, I even end up taking a look at the map, and I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking that all the lickers are coming to attack me. So yeah, so this is when I take a look at the map and I realize, okay, yeah, I just gotta go down this hallway straight down this way. Now this is going to lead you into the to the crazy part, because as you notice, Leon's already got that, you know, I'm sick kind of cough going on and everything like that. So there's a whole bunch of lickers up on the ceiling, and they're like all around the room. And it's just kind of like I'm looking whether to throw this thing or not. So I'm like, they're too far away. That's never going to get anywhere close to them. So I decided to go and grab this one, but this one just did not turn out as planned because Leon like throws it right over there instead of like straight down the middle. And I'm just like, oh shit. Okay. I go over here and I try to throw the override key in, but nope, that ain't working. And this is like where they start like kind of like pushing me out the door. Like really going at me here. And I am desperately trying to get back in to get that other gas canister, because ultimately that's what's going to take care of them. I don't want to waste any more shotgun ammo. So, yep. Just kind of get behind this thing. Once you see that, toss, let it explode. They are pretty much all on fire as soon as they start coming through there. So, all in all, like, you know, again, it's a successful failure. But now that you hit this override key, now they're going to throw those zombie corpses at you. It's going to take a second for them to get going, but...
Warning, autoclave compromised. Pod lockdown unavailable. Memory corrupt. Self-repair functionality offline.
Yeah, like, this doesn't get, like...
Warning, pod lockdown unavailable.
Yeah. Let's get this over with.
Trying not to waste too much ammo just because I've used a ton of it already. That's pretty much it right there.
The elevator will arrive shortly.
I'm wondering now that I'm looking at the playback of this if I could have funneled, like if I could have snuck underneath the liquors and put the key in and then made my way towards the back of the room where the second canister was, and then when the zombies and the liquors are all coming out, throw the canister then to take them all out, like in one swoop. Getting closer. That's aside from the boss fight, that's the last encounter that we're gonna have. That's it. Once Leon hits these stairs right here, basically triggers a cutscene that just kind of like goes back to Grace, and Grace finally sees him on the screen there. Needs to go get Leon. So bust out this door here. Gonna run through this weird wooden room here. Took the long way around. Get into the elevator, and this is it. We're about to trigger the keypad and the final fight here. Yeah, because you see with the yellow light coming in, like Grace is already in the room where Leon collapsed, right? So. And now, release Elpis.
Please know that you are my hope.
She is my hope. A blind hope.
Okay. This is it.
Spencer's vision lifts through me.
Victor's such an annoying enemy.
That it is brought to fruition.
many more will have to die for that vision?
Good to have missed that. He gets some.
Sacrifices must be made. In the grand.
Yeah, he gets some hits on me, which I should have easily avoided. But again, this is my third playthrough at this time.
I swore that I'd always protect those lives.
Reload, Leon, reload. I like the coloring on it. Did you see what I was spamming the parry button, and then as soon as he jumps, I'm just like, I didn't even run. Like, what the hell?
Well, it seems you're reaching your limit.
See, that was a pretty slick parry right there. That was good.
I will not let those ideals win. Give it up.
He's almost done here. He's gonna. We're close. How the hell did I not run away from that one again? I let that happen twice in a row, him jumping on it. That's crazy. But then he kind of like just slaps me around with that tentacle. You gotta learn how to dodge that. I'm gonna have to practice this fight a little bit more. Well, at least that time I got away. There's some really, really, really nice coloring on this one, man. With that lightning, the electricity, that glow that it has to it, it looks really slick. So now he goes into this second form, and this one you just basically got to look for these tumors and just take those out. And it's just a bit of running like left and right depending on which arm is moving. Yeah, pretty similar to the Sadler fight. Once he drops down like this, get a grenade ready because he's going to grow a whole bunch of tumors on the bottom. Go ahead and toss the grenade. It's going to blow all of them up in one swoop. And now he's going to grow a couple of more of those tumors. The lighter colored ones are like one-shots, as opposed to where the darker colored ones, those take a couple of more hits. Okay, we got that. So now he drops down again, and pretty much the same thing is just toss a grenade to pop all those tumors. And we're done. I mean, that's literally it right there. This is a scripted event right here, where the only thing that you actually have to remember to do is tap right here, and then when you get up top, hit R2 to basically sink the hatchet into him. Right? That's it. Game done. And so there you go. Minimalist trophy. 3 hours, 42 minutes, and 31 seconds. Complete the main story. And then Speed Demon. So whatever you're working on, whether you're working on your platinum trophy, whether you were looking for the completion points, this actually gave us, as you can see, 55,000 completion points, which is more than enough to unlock the unlimited ammo, which was what I was after. But if you are just looking for those achievements to basically go on the platinum run for the trophy, maybe you want to do the frugalist or whatever, the unlimited ammo weapons definitely help with that. Like I said, Grace's weapons kind of suck, but it's better off just to stick with her pistol and the Requiem. Those will take care of everything and anything that you need them to take care of. But thank you for spending time with me and watching the video. Please do, if you enjoyed it and if you got anywhere with your progress and I helped in some way, shape, or form, or kept you entertained for the last 3 hours and 51 minutes, then please leave a like on the video. Otherwise, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. That helps the channel out a lot. And I will catch you in the next one. You have a great night. Take care. Bye.